Hello, and welcome to the Happy Jacks RPG podcast. We are presenting tonight a new actual play, and I'm going to pass it off to Emily, our amazing GM, to introduce the game.
Hi, everybody. Look at this lovely studio we're all in. Isn't it wonderful? I'm Emily St. James. I am GMing this evening's game. It is called Hexbreakers. It's in the Kids on Brooms system, which is a spin-off of Kids on Bikes that is about kids who are at a school where they do magic, which is a theme that's never been explored in fiction before. And that's why it's nice that we're doing it this evening. We have some wonderful magic-y folks that have introduced their characters if you watched our session 0 last week. If you didn't, you can go check it out, or you can just hang on for the ride because they're going to introduce themselves now, and we're going to start with Kimmy.
Hello, my name is Kimmy, she, her, and I'm playing a character named Melody Inkwood. And she is kind of the strange, eccentric character. And she is 16 years old. She uses she, her pronouns, as you've probably noticed by this point in my speech. And she is not exceptionally talented at traditional magic. So she comes from like a long line of magic users who are pretty renowned, at least some parts of the family. She's from the eccentric branch of the eccentric family. So she's very eccentric. And she has a ferret named Sonic, which is a very important detail because she loves the Sonic the Hedgehog games.
Great.
All right, Adam.
Hi, my name is Adam, and I am use they he pronouns. I am playing Tanager Folsom. They are a genderqueer kid, gender fluid, from California, not too far away from where this fictional school is. And Tanager is the first person in her family to experience facility with the European practice of magic. Oh, sorry, I'm kicking cameras. So they're trying to navigate their way through this strange, different place that is completely different from the magical world that she has experienced in her natural life. He has a orange, black and white calico, which I still haven't given a name yet. And then I have and let's see. Oh, yeah, I think that's it.
Perfect. Right.
Hey everybody, I'm Riley Silverman, she, her, and I am playing a character named Daphne Morgaine, who's also she, her, and she is using the haughty descendant trope, and she is a descendant of a very long legacy family in the magical world. She is a trans girl. She was a student at the British school, but she was dealt with quite a bit of transphobia there and had to leave the school, and now she has moved over to this, we call it Inkwood, right? We're at the Inkwood school, which is where we are now. But she has told people that she is here because she really wanted to break from just being a legacy, and she really wanted to like make her own name for herself as a Morgaine. So she's here, she's ready to take over this school, and she is trying very hard not to let the fact that she was a legacy breaker for her family because of who she is and what her identity is bring her down. And she has a familiar who is a crow named Myrtle.
Jay?
Hi everybody, I'm Jay, he, him, and I am playing Dante Soliman, he, him as well, the withdrawn bookworm of the group. Dante is a Filipino-American kid from Orange County, California, let's say Laguna, Orange County, California, and he is probably the newest to the magic world of all of the kids at this table. Dante was from a non-magical family in the tech industry, and he had a supernatural encounter when he was visiting the Philippines, and that encounter started making him manifest magical abilities. So his mom and dad decided to send him to the Inkwood school. Along the way, Dante met a fruit bat that has become his familiar, and he is named Cheeky.
Great, great.
I've named my cat
You did.
Butterfinger.
Butterfinger. Okay.
Very
Better not lay a finger on mine.
Yes, that's right.
Butterfinger. Yeah. So we are going to be. I'm also a she and a her, by the way. We are going to be playing through a story over the next 10-ish weeks that is set in the world of the Inkwood. I wrote this down somewhere. It's too good to not use. The Inkwood School of something or other.
The Inkwood Sanctuary for Universal Development.
Yes, here at Inkwood Sanctuary for Universal Development, which is near Shelter Cove, California, which is a real place. You can look up right now on a Google map or a Wikipedia or what have you. So we are going to begin, and I want to begin by asking y'all a question. What are the arrangements like here? Do you have individual rooms with roommates? Do you have like sort of bunk rooms where a bunch of people stay, or what's the situation like? Anyone can feel free to chime in.
Well, I'm not sure where they're all sleeping, but I have my own room.
Okay.
My parents got me a single,
Okay.
so we got that.
Okay, perfect. Anyone else have thoughts on their sleeping arrangements?
I think maybe they make a little more effort to allow single rooms. Because this school respects boundaries and respects privacy and the puts priority on being comfortable, whoever you are.
Okay.
Yeah, that's be my thought.
And it is kind of in keeping with, we're saying this is in a former Jesuit monastery, and they often have very small but individual rooms.
Yeah.
So that
Maybe.
makes sense to me.
Maybe a lot of small individual rooms around a big common area.
Yeah.
So that there is that common space that you have, but you don't go to a room with like 7 other people at the end of the night.
Okay. Cool. So when do you get up? Who gets up like 6 a.m.? Yeah.
Dante is an early riser.
Tell me about your morning routine.
My morning routine. I like to wake up early, get myself freshened up before everybody else can. It's just sort of my way. And if I have time before class, I'll actually take my broom out for a spin around the grounds.
Okay.
Before breakfast.
Okay. Cool. Who else? Wait. When else does everyone? I'm just trying to establish the rhythm of the day here. So when do other folks wake up?
I can see myself being an early riser. I can see Melody being an early riser. I can't see myself being an early riser. But
Okay.
Melody could be an early riser. I could see that.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So, or is anyone else?
I think I'm an early riser as well. I think that I'm getting up and putting a lot of effort into my look, and so like I'm giving myself that extra time in the morning to like do that kind of stuff and like prepare and like get things situated and organized. Like I'm very studious, so I think that not studious, but like I think I'm like so used to being part of like really like strict magical like disciplines that I think that I definitely a combination of my desire for my outward appearance to look impeccable, but also being like ready for class because I have a lot to prove about myself in magic. So
Yeah. Okay. How about Tanager?
I think Tanager's the odd one out. Tanager like sleeps like the dead, is almost impossible to wake up. He's the kind of kid who like well, I'm just gonna play myself, I guess. So constantly hitting the snooze bar, and then finally drags herself out of bed, and just like walks bleary-eyed to make coffee, and then just has this giant mug of coffee that she takes to class with her, just kind of dead-eyed until about 11 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Okay.
So
So
I like to pretend that I woke up like this. Though.
Yeah.
I am very much a hashtag woke up like this.
Yeah.
Woke up like this. It's whatever,
Yeah.
Just woke
I
up.
woke up like this too.
And
Yeah.
Tanager, there's been some moments where you're kind of like by the entrance, like I just whooshing with your broom and it
Yeah.
shakes you. Your coffee kind of just rattles a
Yeah.
little bit out of the
Right.
mug.
Yeah.
So they have large bathrooms here with single stall shower, single stall, facilities. But there's like a big sink that everyone can go and wash their hands and do their makeup and whatever and be right next to each other. So the three of you who are early risers, you all bump into each other outside the bathroom and you know each other. So is there a moment there that you're all that show me what that moment's like when you see each other?
With the shade looking good, love. Talking to you.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
right.
They're sleeping. She's asleep.
Thanks. Thank you. Hi. Good morning.
Morning.
I didn't. I'm usually like the only one here at this time. She has like a little bit of a stutter, especially when she's nervous, and she gets very, very nervous around you.
Yeah.
No idea why.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna go to the loo.
Oh,
and,
the
all right,
loo.
bathroom.
Oh, yeah. Of course. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Of course. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna go.
Okay.
She just kind of
Thanks
walks
for the
like
insight.
awkwardly a little bit farther away.
Well, I don't like need to details. You can just go do your thing.
Okay. No details. Okay. No
I,
details.
I keep coming across New Zealander. I'm sorry. I apologize to any Brits that are watching.
Listen.
It's not going to stop, but I apologize ahead of time.
No.
Yeah.
The three of you who are awake here and in the area of the bathroom, please roll me a brains check. You are looking to beat an 18.
I love PBTA games, but I'm really excited that I get to roll more than just sixes in
I
this.
know, right?
Yeah.
Oh, except I have a D6 and brains.
And if you get the highest on your dice, that's considered a lucky break. Your die, I can never remember which is singular. If you get the highest on your die, it's considered a lucky break, and you get to roll again.
Okay.
So
I have a 5.
5.
5-3.
Okay. You all failed. Nothing happens.
Do we get an adversity token for that? Or
Huh.
an adversity token?
Yeah, you all get adversity tokens for that. So you can spend those on things later. But yes, nothing happens. Just a normal day here in the vicinity of the Inkwood bathroom area. And coming out of the restrooms, breezing along, looking like she doesn't have a care in the world, is Michelle. Michelle is the girl that just got here like a couple months ago. She comes from a family in the upper Midwest, because that's an accent I can do. And she is someone whose family had no magical ability whatsoever, and are very surprised. And her parents are, this is all things that but like she doesn't really have a ton of like friends around. She just is someone who lives within this space that everyone has kind of seen, because she comes from Wisconsin and talks like she comes from Wisconsin. So Michelle comes out and she's like, "Oh yeah, the one of the shower drains is clogged, so I wouldn't use that one. I kind of that one I drew the curtain closed on, so you won't go in there. I know actually you probably could get past a curtain. We can all use magic and stuff, but no, the drain's clogged. Don't use it. It's my hair." And she's got very long curly red hair. So yeah, she looks at all of you and says, "Well, hi. My family's coming to visit to see what things are like here. So it's good to see all of you. Okay, bye." She's pretty clearly super nervous, and she wanders off.
As she turns around, I'm absentmindedly looking at an e-reader in my hand, and I accidentally bump into her. And my e-reader clatters to the ground, and I look her in the eye and I say, I'm so sorry about that. I mean, I wasn't paying attention.
For what? For dropping your e-reader? I don't care. It's fine.
I didn't mean to bump into you.
It's fine.
I pull up my e-reader, and then I bump into you, actually, Daphne, as I turn. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I dropped my shampoo.
I see who you are.
Yeah.
And I very shyly pick up the shampoo, give it to your hand. Wordless, walk away.
You spoke where you're going. That's all.
I'm sorry.
Tanager, tell me about when you finally wake up.
Yeah, so I drag myself out of bed into the common room, and I just sort of like, I think we have a little kitchenette area And so I just sit there while the coffee maker brews, like, and it just kind of sitting there, like holding my mug in both hands, waiting for the coffee to brew, and as I'm staring at it, just kind of practically like falling back asleep while standing up.
Yeah.
And just, and, but yeah, just waiting for that coffee to open up my eyes into the world.
Roll me a brains check. You're
Okay.
trying to beat an 18.
I'm not too bad at this. Okay. Do you roll a d6 too? You just roll the one die, right?
You
When
just
you're
roll
not
the
doing
one die.
magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not doing magic.
That's an 11.
Okay.
So close.
Didn't quite make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you get an adversity token. Look at this. We're making
Okay.
friends and and influencing people. Can we use those as adversity
Yeah, yeah,
tokens? Perfect.
If
I
anybody
forgot to
needs some,
bring
feel free to pour yourself out if you
something.
you want to pass.
I have
if you don't mind,
I have a thing
Yeah.
I can use.
It's up to you. Whatever you all
I
want
have
to
some
do.
coins in my bag, so let's use it. Unless I run out.
You know,
of
let me.
those.
If you guys want to use those,
Or let me,
and then
let me
I
yours.
have
So if you
my
got
thing
something,
that Kimmy and I can use.
okay,
Oh, perfect. That's fine.
that works.
Because I may have.
We're
not
just gonna
enough
mark
coins
and
for-
erase.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So y'all are eating breakfast here in the common, or maybe you're not, but you're in the commons area when Professor Travell, Emily Travell, the most wonderful person alive, stands up and is sort of like, now remember, we have a visiting delegation coming from the British school at the end of the week. We need everything to be absolutely in tip-top shape, perfectly clean and beautiful. Magical shortcuts are acceptable when trying to clean your areas, but remember, a little elbow grease never hurt anyone. All right, that's all. Thank you so much. Daphne, I want to ask about your feelings on the British school. People have known that the British school could sort of drop by. This is just a collection of professors from there who are coming. So tell me, tell me about your feelings about that, and tell me about the one professor you hope isn't there and why.
Oh, I think it's really mixed. I think I was really excited to get to go to the British school. I'm just gonna do this as my voice instead of the British voice because I think it's like more like the character and it just the tone is better even if it's not the right country. I think that like the British school, like I was like really excited to get to go and it was like a real honor, but they're like kind of dicks. But I also think like I feel like I'm afraid that they're gonna out why I'm not there anymore because I've been like really like pushing this vibe of I just wanted a bigger challenge, so I came here for that. So like if they come here and start telling people like, oh no, we didn't want her here, I'm gonna be like really upset. And so like I'm like kind of wanting to maybe like not be here on Friday. Like I'm kind of like maybe like putting in some feelers. Like, can I just maybe go into town early for my town? I have a town visit Friday anyway. So like, what if I just like bounced from like your class early? Like, I don't need to go to remedial technology. I'm just gonna go right to town. Would that be okay? And I think the professor that, oh God, I'm gonna go for it. I think there's a professor named Joe that I just don't want to see her, and I just like. Professor, is that too on the nose?
No.
I think her last name is Joe. So like it's
Okay.
it's like Jeau.
Okay.
Professor Joe, and I just like I think she was like part of the campaign that like spearheaded my ousting of the school. Like there was like other people involved, and I want to know who all they were and like why it was a problem because like I was doing fine there for like a long time,
Yeah.
but apparently no. So I think that like that's my feeling. I was like I want to bounce so that there's like no interaction between me.
Yeah.
It's maybe Karen Joe.
Yes.
I was gonna name her Roberta Joe. But
Oh,
Roberta is my
oh,
grandmother's
Roberta's good.
name,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna name her Karen Joe because my
Okay.
grandmother was a lovely woman. The other three of you who haven't
Yeah.
been to the British school, what have you heard about? What's a thing you know about the British school to be true? It might not be true, but you know it's true. We'll start with you, Melody.
Okay. Well, I didn't say it when we introduced the characters, but Melody is actually an Inkwood, which is like the hippie eccentric group that started this weird commune, which eventually became the Inkwood sanctuary for universal development. Yes, it has to be written down because you remember it. So it's very like, experiential learning, and I'm using my master's degree in this game. So it's developmentally, it's based on development of your magical abilities rather than age and like grades. So as you progress, whatever your talent leads you, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it started as just this group who were like, no, we hate like traditional learning. It doesn't work well with young people and young witches and wizards. And it, from this like communal sort of homeschool style, they eventually developed like a professional school that is now recognized like worldwide as, okay, this is a legit magic school. Some people see it as more legit than others. And the British school definitely does not like that this school exists.
What did we call it during session 0? Montessori?
Yeah, Montessori.
It's a Montessori
That's very
academy.
proud of that.
Right?
Totally.
Yes.
Such
Yes,
a
you
good
should
description.
be.
Yes. But Melody isn't with like the educational like elite of her family, those well-respected developments. She's from like the offshoot that's like, no, this is still way too structured for us, and like was homeschooled for most of her life, like as far as like magic. And so everyone's like, oh, you're an Inkwood. And she's like, yeah, technically. But she's actually really terrible at traditional magic. I think she is very curious because she's heard, like, just almost to the extent of, like, boogeyman stories of people from the British school for so long. And I think that's one of the reasons that she's so nervous about Daphne, too. One of many, many reasons. Daphne scares her. So I think she's curious because she's always been taught that learning through experience and learning at your developmental pace makes you a much more powerful wizard, or at least much more capable. I don't know if they measure power because they're hippies and they're like, it's about the experience, not the power, in that voice. So I think she's like really curious to see if these people are not good at magic because they had to learn like the formal way.
Okay.
That was a very long answer.
No,
Sorry.
that's fine. Tanager, what's a thing you've heard about the British school?
That every student is issued a little slave house elf. And it's just like included in their school supplies.
Okay.
And it's disgusting and
It's horrifying.
Yes,
Yeah.
horrifying. Yeah. I would. Yeah.
Daphne, is that true?
No, it's we don't get a slave house elf. They just have house elves who work at the school. Like, but not like for each one of us. Just like in the kitchen and like in the dorms and like in the classrooms and like.
Okay, but you realize that's like just as bad, right?
Look, I didn't make the school. All right, like, God.
Dante, what's the thing you've heard about the British school?
So when my family was deciding which school to take me to, they actually gave me the option of going to either the British school or Inkwood. And I told them that I wanted to stay closer to home, but my real reasoning was that I was incredibly afraid and intimidated of the British school because I've heard that their wizards are the best of the best. And that they're no nonsense. They crack the whip. And that just intimidates me to no end.
Okay. Great. So, Daphne, Professor Travell kind of walks up to you after her little announcement. She's like, that boy was sniffing around here again last night. We're worried he might have gotten some information for his little coven crackers. Is that what he's calling it? The podcast. It's the thing you put it on your iPod and then you can listen to it in your ears, I think
I don't
that's
know
how
what
it works.
any of those words mean.
I believe it's called a radio show internet.
I know
Anyway,
about the guy.
Yes.
I heard people talking about the coven crackers.
Yes.
And they're like always trying to like reveal us to like mortals. But
Yes.
like everything else you said might as well have been Latin. Although I speak Latin fluently, so I guess that's actually a bad example.
Yes.
But
Okay.
I just think like, what do you want me to do about it?
Listen, I know that impressing the British school is as important to you as it is to all of us here.
Every time you say British school, you because you're like a teacher that I've been very close with, you notice like a slight flinch. Just like I don't think any of the kids would notice it, but you definitely notice it. Like that, like
Files away.
Yeah.
And we don't want it getting out that there are people living in Shelter Cove who are sneaking in at night and seeing if they can find things. And we keep things under wraps very well here. They so far haven't found anything that incriminating, we think. But I would very much appreciate it if you and you're all friends, right? You're friends with those folks you hang out with.
yeah, I have like
and
all
do-
these friends. I
Yeah.
have so many friends here.
Yeah,
Like
okay.
everyone just like loves me.
And you know, yes, I've seen you with Dante and
Dante, yeah, Dante and I are like such good friends.
Yeah.
I just talked to him this morning. We were getting ready.
Mhm.
So, and I talked to the Inkwood Melody. Melody is her name.
Melody is Melody, yes, Melody.
Said
From
Melody.
Melody, very closely tied to the legacy here. She's very well, she's an Inkwood, so she's very by the book, sticks to it.
And I'm good friends with Tanager.
Yes,
Tanager is
Tanager.
such a good friend of mine.
Yes.
Like I gave her
Yes.
like such a cool shade that she
Okay.
loves. So
Great. Well, go ahead.
I think anytime Melody is talking to Professor Trebell, I always grab Dante and I just grab him and like we always like hover close by to just listen and snicker at all of her like completely messed up ideas about the modern world.
Oh, you mean Daphne?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, Daphne, yes,
Nobody
Daphne,
knows her
Melody.
stuff about the modern
Yes, yeah. I think that's if you're okay with that. That's mine and
that's
Dante's
fine,
little
that's fine.
Yeah.
fun thing together.
Yeah,
It's like,
I love it.
yeah, we're like-
That's why I saw you and
Yeah.
you're like a Tanager because I just like naming people I see. I have friends. Totally have friends.
Yes. So, what I need is for you, as a strong leader in this school, to gather your friends and to go down to. We said his name was Kramer, right? My handwriting
I think
is
it was
terrible.
Jake
Yes.
Kramer. Yeah, Jake,
Jake
Kramer.
Kramer. I go down to the house of this Jake Kramer, and if
Turn
he
into a
has,
frog.
if he has, no, don't turn him into a frog. If he has some sort of ensorceling recording capability, just erase it. You don't need to break it. Just erase it. It might make him more suspicious. Oh, and take Michelle too.
Okay.
Great, thank you. I can count on you to do this.
Yes, I'm gonna be like the best at this.
Okay, perfect.
And
Well,
all my friends too. I'm like because I'm so popular here. So.
the British school delegation, don't tell anyone they get in tonight. They're going to be secretly observing a lot of things here. So I'm giving you the morning off of classes to get this done because we can't have scandal hanging over this school. So
Oh, they're gonna be here all week then. Okay, that's
They're
just
going
like
to
the
be-
best thing.
yeah,
That's
well,
like the best news.
I thought that you might know because you know them from before. They will be disguising themselves in certain magical ways.
Oh, good. So like they're gonna be around all the time this whole week.
I
Cool.
promise-
That's like the best news.
I promise you they're not here right now. That I know of.
And when you say it, she's looking at you like looking for like a tell. Like, are they okay? Mr. Javelle, like, you gotta be straight with me. Are they here right now?
No.
Are they behind me right now?
No, they're not behind you right now. Not right now.
Were they in the bath? Did they see what Michelle did to the bathroom?
Clogging the drain. That was already clogged. We had a incident with a Sasquatch. It's not worth getting into. Please take care of this, and I will give you a free ride in a pickup Ferris wheel.
I don't know what that means, but it
It's a
sounds
human
cool.
thing.
Okay.
Melody might know. Dante might know. They know a bit more. Just ask them, and please do remember to bring Michelle.
Okay. So we really have to bring Michelle, huh? It's like a big part of it.
yes, between you and I, worried about her.
Yeah,
Butterscotch hits Butterfinger hisses at a blank spot on the wall just behind you.
and you hear like you hear Merle like crow. Like, when it happens, and she kind of like, hey, so you're all like my friends, and right?
I sheepishly give you a quick wordless nod. Yeah.
Cool.
Sure,
So
sure, yeah.
like,
I'm your friend?
yeah, like we're like such good friends. Like, look at how cool you are.
Yes. Yes. Very cool. Although
You're
it's kind of
super cool,
warm right
though.
now.
No, you're super cool.
But I'm warm.
You know what? That's what like makes you so cool. Is that
Oh.
like you don't know how cool you are.
Oh,
There's like a vibe that you have.
a temperature problem?
Does
Yeah.
that makes me cool?
If it makes you feel happy to say yes, then yes.
Cool.
All right. So like, you know
Cool.
Professor Travell and like how like awesome she is.
Yes.
Well, she like has like a really cool like extra credit assignment that we can all do if you're like into it.
I definitely needed extra credit.
Perfect. Then like, also do you know what a pickup Ferris wheel is?
No.
It's not important. I just
Those are not two things that go together.
Yeah, I kind of like look at you like, wait, is that different from like a regular Ferris wheel?
Yeah,
Is that
it's like a
magical
cooler one.
Ferris wheel?
Yeah,
Is that
it's a
the
really
magical
cool one.
Ferris wheel?
It's a really cool one, and if
Okay.
we do this job, we might get like this extra credit assignment. We might get a ride on one. So like be cool.
Okay, I
But,
mean,
like-
I kind of elbow the two of you like beside me and say, I think you're both cool.
So you know that guy in the town who has like that like thing he does where he like casts spells to other people's pods and then like they hear stuff. Like he has like the every speak thing that goes out to like the world and then they talk about stuff.
Yeah, I think I heard about that on the iPod radio net.
Yeah,
That's a podcast.
yeah. I pull out my
Yeah, he
my
casts a pod.
device.
I got it. I
Yeah,
already
oh,
said it.
the one in town. You mean this one? And I start playing the thing. On
Oh my god. Wait,
We
you-
gotta, you know what? These witches are up there and they're doing whatever they want. They're just
Yeah, exactly. He like casts like a charm spell on everyone's pods. I got it. Like I know.
That I mean, I guess that's close enough.
Like, are we gonna like split words here, or can I like tell you what the assignment is?
The assignment.
Thank you, thank you. Melanie gets
Wait,
it.
is this something we have to do after class?
Yeah, and also during class.
During class?
During class.
Cool.
Yeah, like it's like now our class. It's what we have to do. I'm
Nice.
sure your teachers already know about it.
Skipping class is cool, right?
It's part of class.
But we're skipping class as we're doing
It's like
part
a
of class.
field trip. You know what a field trip is, right?
Yeah. It's when you're tripping out in a field.
Well, yes, but like in school context.
As long as it's an assignment, I cannot skip class. So if it's like we're supposed to do it in a trip to the field, then yes, I can do this.
Where are you supposed to be this morning? Like, what's your like Monday morning class?
My Monday morning class is Jay, what's your Monday morning class?
I look at my thing just to remind myself. It is magical history.
That is what I have.
Okay, well, like that was the history of what you were supposed to be doing, but instead we're going to be doing this thing today.
Okay.
And I kind of wipe my brow because actually, much as I'm fascinated about all these new magical things, that's kind of a dry class. Super
You don't need
dry.
it anyway. It's colonizer history.
This is
Oh, there
when-
you go.
This
Whoa.
is when you do. This is when you do a smash cut to Ben Stein.
But like,
Yeah,
like a
that's
robe.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Arpeggio, arpeggio, arpeggio.
As long as we have permission, I can go and help with the extra credit assignment in
Yeah,
the
we
field.
totally have permission.
Yes.
Like, it's going to be cool.
And okay, I will bring a sweater.
Okay. Do we get to talk to this guy?
I think like the
Please let me
I
talk
think
to
we're,
him.
like,
Please.
Okay,
Can I
I'm
talk
pretty
to
sure
him?
we're not supposed to talk to him. Like, I'm pretty sure like the exact opposite of what we want to do is, it's like, think of it like a practical application of the stuff that we've been learning. So like, it's like a practical exam. Like, you know, like when you like have to like do a test and like you actually have to actively cast a spell. It's like doing that.
So we're gonna cast spells.
Oh, we're gonna cast like so many spells.
Okay, I'm in.
But
Okay.
the school doesn't like him. Why are we going to do things? What are we doing?
Really good question.
So like, you know how he's like always casting those pods? Well, we're gonna like make it so he can't cast the pod right now.
Wait, so we get to go use his like computer and things?
If that's how you want to do it, like cool. If you think you can do that, I'm gonna make you our like computer person.
Really? Okay. That's good.
You'll be our
Okay.
you'll be our spider jacker.
Okay.
I just look at Dante and blink.
Yeah. I'm playing like Crossy Road on my thing as you speak.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so Melody's got a job. So what we're gonna do
Yeah,
is
but
we're gonna
Jen-
like go into town
Yes.
and be like super low key,
Okay.
Yeah.
right?
We're gonna need, wait.
We
We're
totally
gonna
do
use
that.
magic in the town? I thought we were supposed to use magic in the town.
Well, I'm not gonna make it like obvious. God, have you like never snuck out the town and cast spells before?
No.
See, this is the best part. Like, we get to break the rules, but it's on purpose and it's allowed.
Okay.
It's great.
Okay.
But like part of the test and like the assignment is to like not make it obvious that we're breaking the rules. Like the less people know about it, the better.
Chill.
Yeah, you get it.
I get it.
She gets it.
I
You
get
get
it.
it?
I think
They
so.
get
I
it.
think I
You
can
get
do
it?
that.
You
So
get
we're
it.
gonna like sneak into his house and like not kill him. And I was told we can't turn him into a frog or anything cool like that. So we have to like just like erase his tapes.
Was it like specifically, explicitly can't turn him into a frog, or did it leave the possibility open of other animals?
You know what? Like I definitely said frog specifically, but I really got the vibe from Professor Travell that like turning him into animals is like a no-go on this one, but maybe like a future one.
Okay. All right. I'm still in.
Okay.
For the record, I think this is great.
Cool.
So we're gonna go in there, and we're basically gonna go in and delete all of his podcasts.
Whatever that means is exactly what we're gonna do.
I'd like to point out that based on all the things that I've read, they don't use the tapes anymore. I don't know
Okay.
what they are, but they don't
Link.
use them.
Is it like a scroll and like you just like erase the parchment?
No, it's a hard drive.
Okay, well, we're gonna make it a softer drive, and then we're gonna like push the words out of it.
Okay. I don't.
Again, you're like our tech person on this. You're
Okay.
like I told you, you're our spider jacker. So like you're gonna do
Yes.
the things that need
I
to be
will.
done.
Yeah.
You're
I
gonna,
will
like,
jack
take-
all the things in the spider.
Hey, Melody? No.
No?
No.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
You don't want to say it that way.
Oh, okay. I won't say it that way.
I got your back.
Excellent.
Yeah. Spiders are the only thing you should jack, or like a car. You can put a car up on a jack. That's okay.
Oh, okay.
I don't think we're gonna need to use a car for this one, but maybe that pickup Ferris wheel thing when we're done will be cool to put on a jack.
It
Yeah.
would be so cool to ride in a car. Did I use that word right?
Yeah.
I don't know
Okay.
which word.
The cool.
Yeah, you did use cool.
Yes.
You were like so cool.
Okay.
You're getting warmer.
Wait.
Michelle walks up to you. It's like, oh, hey, folks. I hear we're going into town. We're going to go kill that podcaster
Oh,
fella.
right, I forgot. We have to invite Michelle along.
Hi,
Everyone's
everyone. I'm coming
Hey,
along.
We're not gonna kill
hold
him.
on.
Like,
There's
that was, like, a
murder
real-
involved in
No,
this thing?
okay.
Okay, that is that like okay in the magic world?
I may have just gotten some signals crossed.
We're gonna kill his reputation.
Okay. Now, see, Dr. Travell told me told me we were going to handle it, and I assumed that meant murder, but I don't think it actually
Where
does.
did
Okay,
you
I have
come
to say
from?
that's a big jump.
Me?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, is there like a Grand Rapids Mafia or something that you're a part of? Or...
I'm from Wausau, Wisconsin, and when we say we're going to handle things, we handle them.
That is terrifying.
Thank goodness.
That's like very dark, and I have like literal necromancers in my family. So
I got a bunch of dairy farmers in my family.
Same
Yeah.
thing.
Okay, so how do you? I got to transition out of the accent. I just go back to
You
my
have to.
roots. How? What's the best way to get into Shelter Cove? Like that? Is there because there's not like public transit here. There's not enough people to support that. So how would you get into town?
Good.
Well, I have a question because
Yeah.
I've never actually been to the real Shelter Cove. Like, what size is it? Like,
It is around 1,000 people.
Oh.
It's just
Tiny.
kind of stretched along the coast there. For the purposes of this game, we'll say it's a little bit larger, so you might have certain amenities in town, but it's certainly not going to be like larger than 5,000.
Yeah.
And you are up in the mountains, so you're probably like 5 miles away, but it's going to be going up and down mountainous terrain. So
I wonder if maybe there's a little sort of outbuilding down at the base of the mountain that the school owns, and like kids and teachers both, like generally, like you can ride your broom down to the outbuilding, and it's got like the anybody who does have a car like can park their car there, and then like there's a bunch of bikes that kids can use to bike into
What if-
town maybe.
What if instead of riding your broom to the outbuilding, what if it's almost like a magical like funicular train where it's like maybe like people who aren't on it can't see it, like it's hidden by the mountain, like a
Oh,
mist
yeah.
or something, but like it goes up like maybe it's like maybe that's the go-to route into town when we have like our town visits as our schedule ones.
Yeah. What if it's like what if it ambulates on like a series of small legs that can cling to the mountainside? It kind of
Like almost like a mountain goat or like a machine.
yeah, sure.
Oh.
Sure. Yeah.
does it have a name? Like even if it's a machine, do people
Do
call
we
it
call it
something?
the
I
goat?
think the goat.
Yeah, we call it the goat.
mountain.
I don't know if it has an
mountain
official
goat.
name,
Like
but
that's
everyone- the
that's
kids
the
call it the goat.
nickname. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, we're gonna go for a ride on the mountain goat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the mountain go.
Goat.
Is it self-piloting or does someone drive it?
I want there to be a pilot. I want like a really,
Oh,
I
sure,
want like
sure.
a nice charming pilot.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pilot is not human. What species is the pilot?
Ooh.
I feel like they have to be some type of like fae.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
And-
okay.
What
Go
if
ahead.
it's
I want you to, because we
yeah.
put a lot in, so I want you to.
Okay.
yeah.
I feel like they're like small, like kind of like maybe 1.5 foot tall. They look like fairies, but they're like solid color. They're more like, and they've got like insect wings. They're not like human looking butterfly. They're more like little gnomes with wings. And they're known for like very extreme personalities. So you, like depending on which one you're in, like there's one who's like super grouchy and angry all the time, and then there's one that's super friendly, but they talk a lot. So everyone almost wishes they have the grouchy one because he's just like
Like the lift driver doesn't talk.
yeah.
You end up stuck at the bottom, waiting in there for like 10 minutes, just waiting for the story to end.
Exactly.
But you want to go into town.
Yeah.
Oh, what if they're like fae where they have seemings based on seasons? So like one is like autumn is the grumpy one, and like spring is the chatty one.
I love that.
Yeah, that's good.
And they do get paid in, but nobody is sure. None of the students are sure how they're paid. They just really like whatever it is we give them, they absolutely adore. And so they've been doing this job literally as long as the job has existed.
And they have shifts, like
Yeah.
they're not like
Sure.
your ideas. I was gonna say it was a fawn, which made the goat thing.
Oh,
a little
yeah.
bit offensive,
Oh,
but I like your idea better.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So tell me if you have anything you want to do around the school before you head off on your mission.
Before we go, because this is going to be related to deleting files and such, I'm going to run back to my room and I'm going to pull out a tablet.
Okay.
And I'm going to just have a little satchel with like a tablet, maybe like a couple of USB cables.
Have you tried to modify that tablet in any magical ways?
I have tried, and I'm going to say that I sort of did the magical equivalent once of accidentally changing it to a language that I don't know, not being able to change it back, like having to take it to one of my professors to have it changed back. But there is a residual magic effect from that transformation that kind of every once in a while just the tablet will, like a little text pop-up will comment on my state of being.
Okay. Great.
And I don't know how it does that at all. I'm like, all of a sudden be like, yeah, actually I am kind of really stressed about that test coming out.
Here's my question: do we have school uniforms?
I feel like Inkwood would maybe not be that strict, but it's up to you.
I think even if we don't, I think Daphne still dresses in school uniform style because she's just so
yeah.
used to it.
Yeah.
So I think that before we go into town, I'm gonna change into like civvies, but they're like completely like nothing matches properly. Like everything just looks a little bit off style. I'm trying to think of exactly what it is. Like I think like she like it's a hat that's too big and like a baggy hoodie, but then I'm trying to think of like what I'm trying to think like she looks a little bit ridiculous, but she's trying to like blend in as like a mortal person and it doesn't look good.
Yeah. Or is she one of those people that just dresses weird, but she carries it off so well that it just becomes fashion?
It just
I mean, like
It
I
looks
look
bohemian,
I look
right?
great.
Yeah.
Like let's not deny that I look awesome.
Yeah,
but
right.
it definitely isn't like not intentional. Like she's just like I think this is what mortals dress like. It just throws a
Yeah.
bunch of stuff together and it looks kind of ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I think she has a pair of shorts and like a pair of pants under the shorts, but they're not like leggings under shorts. It's like a pair of like khakis under a pair of shorts.
And
Like,
since
oh, you look so good.
Thank you.
since I totally spaced out and I didn't describe my character at the intro, I feel like this is a great opportunity for us to describe what our characters look like.
Oh, good call.
Yeah.
Starting with Riley and your amazing outfits.
So when she's not in this ridiculous Joey from Friends ensemble, yeah, Daphne has like very stark black hair, and I think she's pretty like pale white skinned. Like I think she's definitely spent most of her time in her life indoors and like also in like the moors of Scotland and places like that. So she's very pale, very dark hair, and like always has on like pretty like shadowy eye makeup and stuff like that. And I think you can tell she's spent a lot of time on her eye makeup because she is trans. And I know that for me, I always spend way more time on eye makeup. I'm like, if everyone looks here, no one sees what's happening, all this stuff here. So I think she's definitely doing that. And she probably now is using magic a little bit to glamour herself a little bit to look a little more femme. But yeah, but her outfit, everything is put together. It's like there's a barrette in the exact right place. Her hair is just no flyaway hairs. Everything is like she spends a lot of time making sure everything's impeccable.
Pausing for just a second, will you explain what we decided in session 0 if somebody missed it about why trans people don't use magic to change themselves in our world?
Oh yeah, I think we kind of landed
yeah.
on it's first of all it can't be permanent, which like is making a spell permanent takes too much power and abilities, so it's hard to do that. But also like no one's figured out the spell for it yet because your identity is already valid as who you are. So like if she tried to cast a spell like make me a girl, magic is just like you're already a girl. I don't know what you want me to do with this information. So like they can cast spells to temporarily transform their bodies. I don't know if we decided officially if that's too painful or not. I think that was like a thing that we started to say, but maybe we didn't land on
Yeah, I
that.
don't think we necessarily determined whether there was a degree of discomfort.
Yeah, I think it's more just like it's too hard to make it last permanently.
Yeah.
And then also because like your identity is already considered valid as it is, like magically you're already if you're a trans woman, you're magically already a woman. And so like the spell of just being like make me a woman is like, well, that's easy. It's done. Like, does it mean that Emily mentioned that the genie's like, if someone wishes to a genie, make me a girl, and the genie's like, well, this is done. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
The magic already recognizes your identity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Jay, you want to go?
Yeah, Dante is small for his age. He is pretty dark-skinned, but his face is covered. His face and parts of his body are covered with even darker freckles. He's got a head full of like unkempt black hair, dark brown eyes, but coming from his family, he is very, very well put together. He is fashionable. His clothes all fit wonderfully, and he's always dressing to impress throughout the day, even though he doesn't necessarily fill the clothing that way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and you know what? I'm gonna say that Cheeky's always hanging on him somewhere.
Oh, nice.
So whether it's just like clinging onto the front of his outfit, or clinging onto his back like a backpack, or just like clamped onto his leg, and he's kind of just grown used to it.
I think that Merle is always not always on her shoulder, but maybe when he's chilling there, but usually he's somewhere around the rooms. He's almost like a lookout,
roosting
like
somewhere.
Yeah, or like like a spy almost. Like
Yeah.
I think Melody, are you finished? Sorry. Yeah. Okay. I think Melody, she's not great at magic, and she's really obsessed with technology and human technology. She doesn't have access to a lot of it. So I feel like she has like a bag that is full of like 3 or more generation old phones and tablets. Like just when she finds them around town, like that somebody's thrown out or something, she takes them and like pulls them apart and puts them back together and messes with magic on them. But like she doesn't have the connections or ability to like walk into the Apple store and be like, I would like the new phone, please. So she's been on the internet and a lot of those things, and one of her favorite things to do is like buying things on just like random stores. So she looks like someone on like the 4th day of Comic-Con who's wearing like
Cool.
all the merch they bought, and it's like, you know, the branded t-shirt from, you know, their favorite, you know, internet meme or something like that, and like strange pants that are from their favorite
Does
TV
she have
show.
George the cat?
Yeah,
George the cat?
something. She has like all that stuff. So she looks like just a walking brand because she loves like all the kind of mundane brands, and she's got like a hat. She probably has like a million hats with different brands. Most of them are either like nerd brands or tech brands. So she probably is really, really excited about Dante, and is just like,
Yeah.
hi.
I'm gonna say that, like, you know, when you told me about your Sega Genesis, it was a Genesis, right?
Genesis,
We did
yeah.
sell Genesis or
Yeah.
the Dreamcast.
Sega Genesis.
Yeah.
Genesis, okay. When you told me about your Sega Genesis, like every once in a while, I'll like pull you aside and I'll have, you know, my device on me and I'll pull up like Comixology or like the latest Sonic the Hedgehog comics, and we'll kind of just like read them together. And then every once in a while you'll be like, hey, how do I buy this thing? And I'll kind of harmlessly tell you, not really knowing that you've been fueling your need for that kind of stuff by
Yeah.
buying random things online.
Yeah. And I'm sure there's some weird like it, because she does mess with magic and
Yeah.
tech, so I feel like she accidentally, or not realizing it's a crime, has created like a magical account somewhere that just is like bottomless with mundane money,
I love it.
and she just doesn't even realize like, oh, that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
I thought $2.99 meant free.
So she's a mess, but she's bad at magic, so she loves Sonic the Hedgehog, which is why she named her ferret Sonic. And both her ferret and she has like mousy brown hair naturally. She dyes it, but because she's not magical, she can't use like magic to change her hair. So she actually just does like a bad dye job like once a month. So it kind of starts growing out eventually. And so she's a hot mess looking.
That's what, when I said that's a good shade on you, that's what I was saying. earlier as
Okay.
well.
Brilliant.
Tanager is so she's kind of a medium brown, and like sort of like middling tall, you know, and like probably about like 5'8", 5'7", or 5'8" or so, and just very no frills. He's usually wearing like just like a baggy ratty t-shirt that they've probably had for decades, you know, and has not changed size since puberty basically, and then also like this like beat up leather jacket when it's colder, and you know, and just like just kind of like loose fitting jeans. So like for those people who think Tanager is a girl, they're like, well, she's a tomboy. And for, you know, those who think Tanager is a boy, it's like you know, he's like just a sloppy femme twink, you know. but kind of just like not frail looking, but definitely just sort of on the willowy side. You know, she's got pretty features, but does not do, like, sometimes we'll do makeup, but it's like obviously like just a little bit, like put on some eyeliner, and it doesn't really go heavy on that. But and then long dark hair that's usually free, or sometimes she'll braid it. Yeah.
Lovely.
One thing I want to say before we move on, based on what you said earlier about the trans body thing,
Mhm.
I think it would make sense if that last detail about magic not caring about your identity, maybe that's like not well known in the world yet. Because I think if we're gonna play a game where like we're establishing transphobia as like a real thing in this world, I think like that makes sense that the magical world hasn't nailed it either. Because I feel like if like, well, magic already has said that you are who you are, that kind of like weirdly is like, well, if magic says it, then it's fine.
Yeah.
Because I don't think magic is like one lady in a house somewhere like, I'm magic and I have declared this.
Right.
So I think that maybe like Daphne and others have been trying for a long time to be like, why can't I make this spell work? And they don't know why it doesn't work.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think it makes more sense that we know that as an establishment of the world being built, but maybe people in the world don't understand that detail.
I like that.
I think maybe also there's probably a lot of people of the the more rigid traditions that think like, well, this is just confirming that your your assigned sex at birth is your natural gender, and and they look at the proof of the opposite as proof of what they want to believe.
Yeah. And I think that like that's a big reason why I got kicked out of the British school, or like why members of my own family might think that I'm like breaking their family reason for no reason. They're like, oh, look at this farce that she's doing. So,
Cool. Cool.
sorry.
Does anyone else have anything they want to grab before they go on to the goat?
I grabbed my bag with all my out-of-date technology.
Okay. All right. As you are doing that, your cousin, distant cousin, Caitlin Inkwood, knocks on your door and sticks her head in and says, "You're coming to the family picnic."
Of course, I wouldn't miss it.
My mom said I have to invite you.
Yeah. I mean, I could pretend to be sick or something if you don't want me there.
No, that won't be necessary. It's
Okay.
fine.
Okay,
It's
I'll
fine.
stay far away.
Yes.
Okay.
You know that Daphne girl, right?
Yes, I'm her friend, she said.
Yes. Okay. Well, if you will tell her there's a dance coming up, just tell her that. That would be wonderful.
Okay, should I say it cool?
Yes.
Okay.
Please. Thank you so much. And please come to the picnic this Saturday. My mom wants me to ask you.
Okay, you can tell her you asked and that I will be there. Just so I'm like clear, how far away should I stay from you at the picnic?
We could do one hug to make it seem like we know each other very well.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Good.
Perfect. Yes.
All right.
There will be good snacks and all sorts of earthly delights, I promise.
Okay.
Have you had a Twinkie?
I actually accidentally ordered a lot of them at one point, and they showed up in a very large truck in town. So I have had Twinkies
All right.
a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good. Yes.
I think I might still have. They're like 3 years old now. Would you like one?
No, that's fine. We'll have plenty
Okay.
We'll have plenty. It's a human delicacy from just the normal mundane world.
Really?
Yes, they love them. Yes.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Yes. You're welcome.
Okay. One hug.
One hug, and we can also laugh as though we're old friends. Pat each other on the back, that sort of thing.
Twinkies come in packs with 2, so
Yes.
we could share a pack of Twinkies with one for you and one for me.
Let's not go crazy, Melody.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
You're fine. You're fine.
I'm not good with social.
No,
yeah,
it's okay. We're fine. We're fine. We're friends. We're very good friends who have great times in the same last name.
Yes.
Except mine's spelled with an E.
Yes.
Yes.
It's an important letter.
My mother says it's very good that the prodigal branch of the family has returned home, and I suppose I agree.
Yes.
Good. Perfect. Wonderful. Tanager, what are you up to?
Melody has no idea if you mean me or if she means her or me. Like, article. Okay.
I think Tanager's getting Tanager's very excited about this because this is a little bit breaking the rules, and I'm sure it's going to go hilariously, disastrously wrong, which I'm not worried about, but I think will be really enjoyable watching Daphne try to navigate that.
Okay.
It's not out of malice, but I think Tanager is really excited about being in town with Daphne because I'm sure she's going to get so many things wrong, and it's going to be a blast.
Okay.
So I think, yeah, I think I'm, yeah, I think I'm ready pretty quick, and then I just go and like hang out with Daphne as she's getting ready, and you know, and just like asking questions about the British school, and yeah. No,
Do you give me any indication that my outfit is atrocious, or do you let it happen?
I think I let it happen. As long as you don't look real bad. Like I might notice the pants under the shorts and like, are you sure you don't want to try some leggings?
Like over the shorts?
No, like under the shorts. Leggings over your shorts would just like get all clumpy and
Well, that's
look
why I
like
thought it was a
bumps.
weird thing to say. All right, I guess I'll try. And then yeah, I switched to shorts and leggings.
Yeah,
And
so I let all of the rest of it go, but like, I want you to look ridiculous. I don't want you to look bad.
okay,
Like,
thank you. I could never look bad. Thank you.
no. You always look amazing and perfect. So this is a little weird for me seeing you in something like other than your school uniform look, which I think is like, that's pretty hot, but you know, but it is a little like weird for here. Do you feel weird here?
I mean, I do now that you said that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Do you feel weird here?
Oh God, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, like all the time.
that went better
Yeah.
for you than I thought it was going to. Yeah, I think when she points out that my leggings and my pants are wrong, I think I do like a quick like charm, like, whoops. This is a good fidget toy, but not for let go of it. I think I do like a quick charm spell to like do like a change of clothes, kind of like.
Am I gonna make you roll? No,
That's up to you.
I'm not. I'm actually not. I don't want to have to calculate what that
Fair.
would be.
Yeah.
Either
So-
change
I
into
feel
the
like- I
leggings
feel like-
or you summon an eldritch horror.
I would say I feel
Right.
like Daphne like that can be like a prepared action. I'm pretty sure.
That's
so.
like that's like day one learning at the British school.
Especially for Daphne, it's like I think she does it constantly. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. So
And
yeah.
I think like leading up to this visit, they would have taught us how to straighten ourselves out.
Mhm.
You know, like just kind of low key. Hey, listen, charms professor, teach this to the kids, to the students, just so they can tidy themselves up if we need them to.
Mm-hmm.
As you all are gathering to go to the goat, you hear someone clear their throat behind you. And you turn to see Leopold Harrington Cates,
Wow.
who says, "Why aren't you in class?"
Why aren't you in class?
I am in class. This is
Your class is walking down the hallway.
my class is hall monitoring.
Your class is hall monitoring.
Yeah.
Is there like a
there's
test? Like if you
magic
monitor somebody, if you see us, does that mean you passed?
tanager, right?
That's for me to know and you to find out.
I'm pretty sure it's tanager.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. All right. Well, you should all be in class.
Daphne, tell him we're going to class.
We have like a special assignment, like, you know, Michelle here, and then like
Hello.
I'm not gonna make you talk to yourself.
No, that's fine. I'll talk to myself all the live long day.
So like
Yeah.
Michelle like accidentally clogged up the bathroom, and
Oh.
so Professor Tavel just like asked us to go get the supplies to like unclog it. So she like sent us down to get the water plumber, and then we're gonna like put it in there and like make it not be a problem anymore.
Now, Leopold, you know this thing about the Sasquatch. It's like a cow. You can lead him upstairs, but then you can't get him back down. So I got this Sasquatch up the stairs into the bathroom, and then it was in the shower. And I was like, I got to get you cleaned off because you're all covered in mud. And I said, that's how we're going to keep the place clean. So I put, and then there's just hair down the drain. Leopold's eyes go sort of blank. He says, yes, I believe I understand. Go ahead. I'm fine.
So yeah, we gotta go. Bye.
Have a good day. Have fun being a hall cop.
Hey, cab.
Oh, Bobby.
I'm going to grow up to be an otter.
Hope he's
Yeah.
not a snitch. People that cute shouldn't be a snitch. See, that's what it's like to be cool, though.
That is like the opposite of being cool.
No, I meant like how we got out of that.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
Yeah, Leopold is not cool. He's hot.
You
but he's
thought
not
that my
cool.
Sasquatch story was pretty cool?
I thought your Sasquatch story
Wait,
was
that didn't really happen?
No, I made that up.
Oh, I like totally believe that's what you
I'm
did.
pretty sure Sasquatch can get downstairs. They're very intelligent. That's kind of offensive to assume they could. I mean, it's in the story I told, so I guess it was my offensiveness, but
It seemed weird at the time. I was really wondering.
thank you, Melody. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
I mean, I just believed that like you brought a Sasquatch into the shower part of the story.
Yeah, I was kind of impressed.
Maybe you had like
Actually,
a party and you were like, oh,
Well,
let's
thank you.
shower instead of
Thank you.
driving.
I
I feel like
really-
you're a little young to be showering with strange Sasquatches.
I am, yeah,
Sasquatch
but you
eye.
know, yeah, I am. But
I mean, if the Sasquatch was dirty and needed a shower, it was very helpful and kind.
yeah, you gotta what?
yeah,
Yeah,
Sasquatches are cool. I kind of ran into one on the grounds once, and we kind of just chatted it up for a little bit.
It's
Yeah, they're really nice.
Was it Melvin?
No, it was Melvin's brother.
Oh, Percy.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Percy. Okay.
I didn't know you knew Melvin.
Oh yeah. It's short for Melvinish and Perseforce.
You are having this conversation as you walk to the goat, declaring by fiat. And when you get there, you can see that there is someone there who is wearing a sweater that has a jack-o'-lantern on it, a tiny creature in a baby sweater with a jack-o'-lantern on it, who's like hammering away at this thing. Looks at you and says, "Goat's closed."
We're supposed to go into town today.
Well, I'm not taking people into town today. I don't feel like it.
But we're on a mission. A secret mission.
I'm on a secret mission to not take people into town today.
Well, you just told us, so it's not a secret anymore, is it?
You know what would be like a really good cover for that mission is if you took like one group into town and then people would be like, oh, the goat's too busy right now. And then you wouldn't have to do anything else.
Remember what the stats are in this game? I can never remember.
That would
Fight,
probably-
Charm
fight,
stat.
that would
flight,
probably be charm.
brains, brawn, charm, and grit.
Yeah. Daphne, I think you're trying to charm Autumn, who is very much like not. I'm going to say this can be a planned action if you'd like.
Okay.
I'm going to say it is a 10 because it literally is his job to do this. But
And planned action means you get an extra +1, or
I think you
what-
get half. I think you get half
Yeah.
your dice value automatically.
Yeah.
You can
Oh,
declare, yeah.
yeah.
And you don't
okay.
add it to a roll, right? It's like that's
Yeah.
just okay. So I'm gonna roll because that's the difficulty is a little bit higher than my actual.
Yeah.
So, which actually good because I rolled a 10. So
Wow.
yeah.
Okay. So do you have any stat stat? bumps
Not
on
for
the
standard
okay.
stuff, only for magic.
Okay, so tell me how you ultimately convince Autumn to take you into town.
Okay. I think I
'Cause
did
it
that
just
line-
barely works.
Yeah, I think I did that line. I'm like you know, if you're just like hanging out up here all day, people are gonna keep walking up and bugging you. But if you like just want to have like a chill day, if you go to the bottom of the hill with us and just hang out down there, you can like just have the rest of the day because no one else is gonna try to go to town because they're all gonna be in class. But like we'll be down there, so like you get like 2 trips and that's it. That's like your whole day.
You got $20.
Does anyone have deer?
You know what? I don't have $20, but Kimmy, if this is okay. Back when Melody first ordered those Twinkies, there was eventually, you ate so much, you eventually kind of got tired of them. You started handing them out. I happen to have a few packs in my backpack. So I pull out, you don't have $20, but would you like a Twinkie? That's okay.
Twinkie's fine. I was
two
going to
pack
use
of
that
Twinkies.
$20 to buy a bunch of McNuggets, but you know what? It's fine. I'll have some Twinkies. But yes,
I wanted like magical money. I have a lot of it. Like mortal money.
I'm going
Why?
to stay. I'm going to stay down at the bottom of the hill, just wait for you because you're on a very important mission. It's a good
Yes.
point. I'm going to take a little nap. You need to go back up, just knock loudly. I sleep very deeply.
Is there a 7-Eleven down there?
There's some sort of convenience store. Yeah.
I tell Autumn that I will get them a bowl of nachos with like squeezed chili on it as well.
You're very kind for a human. Thank you.
That's racist, bro.
You
Actually,
lure
the
flies with
manager, like,
nachos and chili
like
and
we
nothing.
can't tell them it's racist because like we have like privilege over them, and that's where it's like I learned about this in my mundane class, my remedial mundanity class. No, you know, sorry, I would not have said that out loud.
Yeah,
Should've
yeah.
been some none of it.
Yeah.
Like I heard this thing about it's called like interconnectality, and like everything is like layered.
Yeah.
So he's like a different layer, so you can't say that to him. Say you're sorry.
Thanks, Queen of England. And I do not tell Autumn.
Of course you don't. That was a terrible thing that I said to you. Yeah. Just
don't
a
know.
privileged.
I don't know a lot about human society, but I feel like a British person lecturing anyone on privileges.
Oh yeah. 100%.
Rich.
Yeah.
Up top.
Just to be fair, Riley gets it. Daphne does not. I want to make sure that's very clear what Riley believes and what the character believes. Okay.
We all know now. We know.
I am definitely playing a problematic character, and I'm aware of it. I know people that I don't feel the same way.
Ride on the goat is pretty standard and normal. You get off the goat at the bottom. Everybody roll me a brains check again. This time against 16.
Okay, somebody win this time.
Yeah.
D12.
That's 20.
A 10.
Nope, 6.
Was that what did you roll?
Oh, on a D10, so not
Okay.
my yeah.
A 1.
Okay. You got a 20.
I maxed it out.
Ooh.
right.
Nice.
Michelle's getting off the goat with all of you. You don't remember her being on it the whole time down.
Like I clearly recall that she was never in there.
Yes. Here's another thing you clearly recall. She was like a vital part of the group
Yeah.
for a long time. And then it was like you all forgot her.
Huh.
Like a week ago, you all went on a great adventure. You had a wonderful time. And then the next morning, it's like she just wasn't there. And then today she was, but
She was
and then she kind of flipped out and she was gone and now she's back.
okay.
And
And then
like-
kind of just that knowledge just kind of sinks in. It just dawns on me.
You
as-
just realize that, yeah, you don't have a memory of her being on the way down. And as
Yeah.
you think about that, some of this other stuff kind of filters in. She says, "Oh, the goat always makes my tummy rumble a little bit."
Yeah, it's not the smoothest ride,
Yeah.
but I mean, it's better than like rolling down a hill.
Now, do you all know how to find this Jake Kramer fella?
Okay, so I have a magic spell that we can use.
Okay.
Dante, give me your phone.
I kind of hand it over to you. I use my little fingerprint unlocking
Yeah.
thing.
Magica, ask Jeeves, where is Jake Kramer? And then I type in Google, where is Jake Kramer?
Oh, make sure you put it in quotation marks so it catches the right one.
Oh, right.
I'm gonna see what happens if I just do this. Hey Siri, where is Jake Kramer? There's no one named Jake Kramer who shares their location with you in the Find My app. That's what you get. It says there's no there's no Jake Kramer.
Oh, magic fail.
I'm gonna take my phone. I'm gonna put in the name of the what is it?
Coven
Crackers.
Crackers. Yeah.
Nothing
Coven
comes
Crackers, they have a PO box here in Shelter Cove, but you don't have like a physical address for them.
Would it be possible? I mean, I played it on my thing. I'm familiar with Coven Crackers. I'm gonna say that just because of where I am, I've listened to a few episodes. Would it have been possible for me to glean a detail from listening to the podcast where we might be able to start?
Find out. What does that sound like a roll on to you?
I'm gonna say I don't want to keep on spamming my brain stat. But you know what? Let's see. Being put on the spot and kind of having my prowess, my tech savviness, put on the spot in front of everybody. I think it might be a matter of grit.
Okay. Cool.
You know, I'm gonna like just dig deep into my memories, recalling what I might be able to find.
All right. I'm gonna say this is an 8. I don't think it's too hard to get.
I've got a D8. I'm gonna go ahead and spend an adversity token to pump that up by +1.
Okay.
And this is just a stat check, right?
Yeah.
So I've actually got a +1 on that already. So it's gonna be a total of +2 on a D8. 6 + 2. Just made it.
Okay. So you know 2 things. You can tell me one, and I'm gonna tell you one.
Okay, sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say that it has been mentioned on the podcast that at certain times during the day, they like to sit by a particular bench by the seaside
Mm-hmm.
because they believe that they can see something off in the distance at like like one of the breakers.
Okay. Okay. In the background of various episodes, you can hear a very specific ice cream truck jingle.
Ooh, okay. I'm gonna mention the ice cream truck jingle and the bench, but the bench that they stake out, that's kind of a late into the day thing. The ice cream truck, I don't know what the timing is.
Yeah.
So
That also gives us an excuse to get ice cream.
Here's a question: what is an ice cream truck?
You've never had ice cream?
I've had ice cream.
Just don't ruin it. Don't ruin it. Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it.
I don't want to spoil it.
Oh my gosh, no, don't spoil it.
Okay. Right.
Let's just track this ice cream thing down.
Daphne, you're not supporting America's dairy farmers, and I'm not sure how I feel about that.
I'm not American.
Well, support British dairy farmers then.
I just said I have ice cream. I just haven't had it out of a truck.
Drinking milk is
Why
a
do you make
rich
a whole
human
truck out of
tradition.
ice cream?
While they're having this conversation, I'm going to sidle up next to Tanager and Melody, and I'm going to say, do you remember Michelle walking up to the goat with us? What was she doing?
Yes, she was in the hallway with us.
Was she? I don't think I remember her being around when Leopold was there.
She talked to Leopold. She told the story about the Sasquatch.
I kind of probe my memory, and then that kind of sinks in, and I'm like, do you remember where she was sitting in the goat?
I think she was like looking out the window or something.
I don't know. I was right up front. I don't remember. And then I kind of like, I snap out of this line of questioning and kind of look at the two of you
So
speaking.
it's called lactose intolerance, and you should like be less judgmental about it. Like sometimes it's like a problem, and if you want me to like not be unfun to be around all day, maybe you should like back up off.
Well, we could get you some vegan ice cream. That's not lactose intolerant, I think.
Well, let's do that then.
But it also does not support the dairy farmers.
Well,
But it
that's fine. I
supports
just want
cashew farmers.
people to enjoy the loveliness. I know some folks can't have milk. It's fine. I'm sorry for assuming.
Thank
I
you.
made an ass out of you and me.
So ice cream trucks are a thing you buy, right?
Ooh.
Well, ice cream from the thing, the truck,
I'm
right?
excited about that. Yeah. So like whenever I listen to these podcasts, go ahead.
No, I'm not going to spoil it.
I've heard this little tune, and I'm pretty sure it's an ice cream truck. There's only got to be like one around town. So I think if we find this thing, we might be able to figure out.
Is it like a siren?
Yeah, kind of, but it's a lot prettier.
I don't know, it's a pretty hot siren.
I am very I am very good at buying food from trucks.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
So she's gonna pull out like one of her like super old phones, but it's like magic,
Mhm.
and she's just gonna kind of talk into it and be like, "Phone, find ice cream in a truck near us, together where we are now." please. Thank you.
By the way, those of you who failed the roll on Michelle, take an adversity token.
Okay.
So everyone who's not Jay, basically.
Oh wait, even without magic, I think that's exactly how Daphne would be about Michelle, like forgetting she's there. I don't think you even need a spell on me to think that's the way I feel about it. Oh my god, I forgot you were here this whole time.
So, Shelter Cove is not a particularly large town, but it's big enough that finding an ice cream truck, especially, it's like October, especially, but like, we're just going to say, you know, there's still ice cream trucks running in October.
It's actually a drug front.
Yeah.
It's all year round.
But yeah, finding an ice cream truck is going to require more than just being like, we're looking for an ice cream truck. So, what approach do you want to take?
Well, I have a skilled in tech, so if I'm using tech for something, I succeed, or if it's any kind of normal roll, if it's really difficult, then I get a +3 to my roll.
Okay.
So I feel like with I probably have, if you're okay with that automatic success, I feel like it shows like all of the food trucks. Like there's ice cream, but there's also like other food trucks that have like an ice cream dessert to go with their tacos and all those
Fusion
things.
tacos.
Yeah, so I have like this little Google Magic map that shows up with like all these little dots.
I think what I will say is that you see a whole bunch of dots on this app, and they're all like clustered in a parking lot.
Okay.
It's like food truck day somewhere here. So they're all, it's, you know, it's like 10 a.m. so they're all like setting up at this point in time, but they're not too far away from you, probably a 6-7 block walk.
Yeah.
So
I think it's there. And she holds up her phone for you guys to see.
I give you an approving look. I'm like, all right, let's go check it. Let's go see.
And it's like very obviously not the Google Maps.
Yeah,
interface.
yeah.
It's really weird.
Google.
It's actually a black screen and a note that says app interface later. It's something special.
Just like the not connected to the internet
Yeah.
warning at the top.
Yeah.
well, Melody, can I take a look at that there?
Sure.
Which means, Dante, Melody's showing her phone to someone who's not here.
So I don't see. Oh,
You just, yeah, and then suddenly Michelle's back. She's looking at the phone.
I turn to you, Daphne. I'm like, did you see that?
I'm sorry, what?
Michelle just wasn't there a second ago. I'm like highly questioning what's going on now.
Oh yeah, Michelle's here. I totally forgot.
I'm going to see how the interaction between Michelle and Melody go.
Okay.
The little dot lighty thingies are the ice cream trucks or some kind of trucks. They're the things,
Yeah.
but they're all in one place. I think they're sleeping or something. I don't know.
Oh, I bet it's like a special food truck fair. We could go and get all kinds of different kinds of food. That'd be good.
Really?
Yeah.
Sounds awesome. I'm hungry.
We could get some of those like Scotch nuggets that guy was talking about.
Oh.
Autumn was talking about.
Yeah.
Chicken nuggets.
He said like Mac nuggets, so I thought it was like a Scottish thing.
Melody, I'm gonna have you roll me a charm check.
Okay. Okay.
Come on, it'll be fun.
It'll be fine. Okay. 6. Do I add stuff to it?
If you have stuff to add to it.
I don't know if I do or
And
not.
what
it's
die
fine.
did you roll?
An 8.
Yeah, I forgot to tell you, but it was going to be an 8. So
Okay.
you just missed, but you get another token. Good for you.
I have a lot of those now.
Yeah. Yeah. So they're just talking now, and it's like Michelle is like a glitch in a video game. Every
Okay.
so often she just and like seems to blip out, and then she's back, and she's
I'm going to slowly draw my wand,
okay.
and I'm going to see if I can surreptitiously, cast a spell to determine whether there are any magic spells on Michelle right now.
Okay, so we're gonna learn how spellcasting works in this game, folks. So, how spellcasting works is you choose a stat that you're going to use to do that. To me, that sounds like charm, but it also could be brains, and I want you to sort of argue which you think is better.
I think because I'm trying to do it surreptitiously,
Okay.
I'm hiding this. It would be more charm based, as I'm kind of
Okay.
trying to wait for a distracted moment when they won't notice that I'm doing it.
Okay. So I'm going to say that the magnitude of effect is, since it's inherently magical, I'm going to say it bends the rules of reality.
Okay.
Does that sound right?
Mhm.
And the area of effect is small, so it's a person that we're looking at. So that's, I am going to have to do math. 5 plus 3. And the duration, how long do you want this to last?
I mean, just instantaneously. It can
Okay.
be like a flash to show me whether there's any kind of magical energy.
Okay, yeah. And how often have you done this sort of thing?
You know what? I'm gonna say that I have seen it done. Like they have taught us how to identify certain things in various magic classes, but I have not done it much myself.
Okay, so you're going to try and beat an 11.
11.
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
I don't have any bonuses on charm. I am going to go ahead and spend. Hold on. Let's see. Gifted. Oh, and I roll my d6, and it's a d4 for the magic die, isn't it? Okay. All right. I might just make it. I'm gonna go ahead and burn an adversity token to add +1 to that.
Okay.
And just to let you know, I do have the strength gifted, so if I fail this roll, I can burn an adversity token to re-roll the magic die.
Okay.
And is it that you add them together?
Yeah.
The two die?
Yeah, exactly. Also, you know what? I forgot. I also have the strength easygoing, so when I fail a check, I get 2 adversity tokens. So I'm not gonna go back on things now, but that is a 5 and a 4. That's 9, 10.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to fail that. I can't roll any higher on
How much do you get from you got 2 from the adversity token, right?
No, the adversity token just gives me +1, I believe.
Okay. All right.
So that's 10. But you know what? Does the magic die explode?
You know what? We're going to say it explodes. That's
Okay,
what we're going
all
to do today. I'll check later and make sure if that's
Oh,
true.
so 5, 9. That's 10 for the adversity point, and I'm rolling at least a 1. That's 12 out of
Okay.
11.
All right. So it works. Just tell me what it looks like when it just barely crawls over the line of working.
Oh,
I'll tell you
sure.
what you see.
Sure. Okay. So I'm being surreptitious about it. So there's no like beam that shoots. But I'm going to say that Michelle is like kind of illuminated, surrounded by a little burst of light that kind of forms in crystalline facets around them, and that does indicate that whether if there's something or not, if there is magic cast on Michelle. The facets will like glint bright white before the spell dissipates. And if it doesn't, it's just going to be, again, like a picture or something that has been overlaid over Michelle's body.
How much can you tell about what spells have happened from this? I'm going to let you decide that.
Sure.
I will say there have been spells.
Okay, so spells have been cast?
Yes, you have you have seen that something magical is affecting Michelle. Yes.
I'm going to say I can't necessarily tell how long or how strong the magic. No, I can tell how strong the magic is by the intensity of the white. I can't tell how long ago it's been cast. I'll say that if there's for some reason just an altered form, I'll see a glimpse of that form, like just a silhouette. So if this is a bigger person that's been somehow metamorphized to a smaller person, I'll see the shape of the bigger person, likewise a smaller to a bigger.
It's the brightest white you've ever seen.
Okay.
From this spell being cast. And Michelle looks like Michelle, but everything around her is different. It's like she's in 2 realities at once.
Okay. Wow. Okay. I pocket that knowledge for the time being because I don't necessarily want to talk about it while she's around.
Okay. And then you got to order Fudge Ripple. So Fudge Ripple's the best. That's a good one for you to order.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fudge ripple.
So because you have to order vegan, I'm sorry. I think you're gonna be stuck with like strawberry, but strawberry's so good. I promise you're gonna love it. I hope do you know if they have vegan ice cream? Can you tell that on your machine?
I mean, they just have sherbet that's just like made out of horses' hooves and
Yeah,
stuff.
the dots all look the same.
Okay. All right. Cool. Well, let's go. Let's go continue our mission.
What you doing there, Magic Boy?
I quickly like sheathe my wand, and I'm going to give you one of these. Like, let him walk ahead just a few steps, and if you and I kind of find ourselves towards the back of the group, I will hushedly whisper to you what I learned, like what I did and what I learned.
Are you credulous of that?
I no, I don't. Well, yes and no. I'm like, she's been here the whole time.
Pretty sure that my spell worked. There was something strange. Just the world was different around her.
Roll me, Tanager, roll me brains check, but against an 8.
It's an 8. Okay. Can I spend an adversity token to get a
To get
bonus?
one,
So
yeah.
it's +1?
Mhm.
Okay. Doing that. That's a 7, which is an 8. +1 is the 8. I'm glad I did that. So, let's see. Yeah, that's brains. Yeah, I don't have any pluses to that.
Okay.
So that's an 8. Yeah.
You get the most intense. This is because you just succeed. You get the most intense splitting headache, like need aspirin headache. Remember 2 things simultaneously. Michelle got to school last week, and the day you got to school, however long ago that was, when you were crying from being overwhelmed, Michelle came and comforted you, and she was like one of the most popular students at school. But she was very kind and she was very loving. Those 2 things are both true, somehow.
There's something really weird about it.
Saying, I mean, should we talk to her about it?
Well, I mean, we don't even know what it is. Does she even know what it is?
I don't know. Listen, all I know is that I'm getting a really strange feeling about this.
When did you first meet Michelle?
I plumbed them, the recesses of my memories. Do I remember that?
You, Michelle got to school here a week ago,
Yeah.
and also the first day you were here, you were trying to hang up a poster in your room, and it kept falling, and she came and helped you because she was one of the nicest, most popular girls in school.
I tell you, as far as I know, she hasn't been here that long,
Right.
but everybody knows her.
Yeah, except she's been here the whole time since I first got here. I met her on my first day, but she just got here last week. That's weird.
Okay.
Do you think I should try magic? I am like acing defense against malicious magic. Like, what if we do a just like make all the magic disappear?
I don't know if we should do that here in the middle of town.
Well, like just make the magic disappear around Michelle.
I think maybe. Okay, listen. I don't want anything to happen to you. I don't want anything to happen to me or Melody or Daphne. Let's go check out this. Let's go check out these trucks because I'm also kind of hungry, and butterscotch ice cream really sounds good right now. It's kind of warm, and maybe if we find like a quiet spot somewhere, like maybe when we're walking somewhere, we can try that.
I think we should just do magic. And I'm gonna pull out my wand.
Mhm.
I'm gonna put my hand on my wand
What are you trying to do?
just in case.
I'm trying to whatever magic is around Michelle. I want it to disappear.
Okay, so I think that will be, I think that's going to be brains because you were trying to see through a magical.
Okay.
So let's see here. that is a thing that breaks the rules of reality because you are deliberately attempting to undo magic. It's small because it's just a person, so that's a 10. How long do you want it to last?
Just like a few minutes.
Okay, so that's 11. How experienced are you with this spell? How often have you dispelled magic? The options are you've cast it many times, you've cast it a few times, you've seen someone cast it, or you've never seen it cast or have read about it.
I think I've cast it a few times because it's one of the things that we learn in Defense Against Malicious Magic,
Okay.
which I
Okay.
like to call damn.
So that's going to be a 12, and you're rolling against I said you were going to roll against brains.
Yeah.
And also because you are aware you can like spend an adversity.
Yeah, if this is a planned action, I will give you.
Yeah.
I will
Okay.
spend an adversity token.
And that
So you
gives
get a
me a
plus
plus
one.
one. Okay,
Mhm.
cool. All right. Okay, this is gonna be great. Adding them, the magic die it explodes, right? So if I roll
That's
the
what we're
six-
saying today.
Okay,
And
all
I'll,
right.
I'll double
So that's
check.
a 6 and a 4, and plus 2 would be 12 plus the 1 is 13.
13. Okay, so you just
And
barely,
like,
it just
on the
barely
edge.
Lucky
succeeds.
spellcasters
Yeah.
today.
Yeah, right?
Very
Yeah.
lucky
It
spellcasters.
just barely succeeds. Tell me what it looks like when it just barely succeeds.
I think I think it's sort of I think the way magic looks when I cast it is very I think it's sort of a no, it's almost like a real strong nature base, like it's a stiff breeze, right? And then like some leaves swirl around, etc. And there's like a smell of like roasted chestnuts, like and I think for a second it like kicks up a wind and blows away any magic, but then just kind of settles down and reverts pretty quickly.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the magic dissipates from her and she's gone. Like, so here's how it happens. She's up talking with Melody and Daphne. It's just like, so the Samhain dance is coming up, and I thought maybe I would ask Derek Michaels because he's very quiet, but he's very cute. I think you could both agree on. And then in the middle of that sentence, she disappears, and you both notice.
I did that.
Why? We're not supposed to be like just blatantly casting spells in the street. What's wrong with you?
There's a car that crashes.
I had to because there's something weird about Michelle, and I had to.
So we like take her down in the alley or something first. You don't just do it in the street. Like,
And I
did
think-
you not
Hey, where'd
learn
that girl go?
I think we should walk away, everybody, and maybe talk about this like
Yeah.
behind a wall or something.
I think we need to like erase that guy's memory.
Can we do that?
I mean, we kind of have to now because someone jumped the gun.
Okay. Do you want me to erase his memory? Because
I
I'm
got
feeling
it.
pretty.
I feel like casting spells on people might be past the purview of our extra credit. That's
Fine.
that's a really big deal.
Well, but we were supposed to like erase things from this guy, and now we're just erasing something from somebody else.
No, I think
Yeah.
I think the Inkwood girl's right. I think Melody's right. I think that like that might be like attacking a person, and then like people get really mad. So we have to like
Yeah.
find a way to trick him,
Okay.
thinking that.
Nothing to see here, Star. Just like smoke and mirrors, and we're just doing a school trick thing,
Oh, I pull out my phone and I pretend we're like doing a TikTok video.
right? And I start flossing.
I'm going to say that works because it amuses me. This is what I'm like as a GM, everybody.
I don't want to spend too much time on this conflict. Let's
No.
go.
So he stares at you and he's like, "You kids and your phones," and then he like goes out. He gets out and like looks and sees that there's more damage to the other car. So he looks around and just drives off.
Oh boy.
He's not a very nice man, this NPC without a name.
So much drunk driving in this town.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so when I didn't make Michelle disappear, I made the magic around her disappear.
Yeah, and I'm gonna share like what I'd done as well. I cast a little spell to see if I could. There was something. Michelle's been kind of popping in and out of my mind the whole time. Like not that way, but I kind of
I
forget
mean, that
about
just
her.
happens when someone's
and
kind of
then
a
he
dork.
comes back.
Daphne, Melody, roll me a brains check on 6.
I'm like, calm down, Pervy McGee.
Okay, I finally rolled a 10, so I finally got this.
10.
Perfect.
Wow.
Okay. So, yeah, you don't get the headache because you did pretty well over. Simultaneously, 2 memories. Michelle just got here a week ago, and the day you got here from the British school, and were convinced no one would ever talk to you. This girl with a thick Wisconsin accent walked up to you and said, "Well, hey there, how you doing?" And then like engaged you in really kind of tiresome conversation, but it got that thing where you thought no one would ever talk to you. That was over at least. You also don't have the headache. You remember Michelle got here a week ago, and also you remember that like when you used to go to I don't remember what we called, but there's like a magic gathering here in town. When you went there as a child,
Called The Gathering?
yeah. When you went there as a child, like
Friday
Michelle
night.
and
They
you
called the
used to
food truck
like
party?
yeah, it's a food truck party. When you went there as a child, like Michelle and you used to hang out and like have fun and run around and play wizard games. So all of those things are true at the same time.
Do I have any knowledge of what this spell might be based on like my previous courses and classes and stuff like that?
You tell me.
Um,
I think the odds are against you, but
Okay.
convince me.
well, I would think that like if it's something that people do as like if we're doing a defense against magic kind of class, and like if there's a thing people can cast that modify your perception of them, then I think that would be something that we would have learned like as a way of like being aware of your surroundings and stuff like that. But
Okay, well, it's not that.
okay, then I don't know anything about
And just like that, I think that he'd be such a good friend to ask to the dance. I
Oh
think that
my
we,
God.
the magic has returned. So
Are we still affected by it because we didn't break the spell? Okay.
nope, you now have the knowledge that there's some weird double reality thing with Michelle.
Okay, see? I told you.
Well, the good news is, like, now that guy comes back, we can be like, yeah, it was a TikTok video. It was a clock video.
Right.
What now? The what now?
Where did you go?
I just poke her nose. Just like,
I was
give her a
right
boost.
here the whole time.
Okay, but where were you before that?
I was right here. We were talking about Derek Michaels and how I'm going to ask him to the Samhain dance. Are you going to ask Caitlin?
I mean, maybe.
I think,
Caitlin told me to tell you that there's a dance and that I should be cool when I say it to you.
Okay, everything else is stopping. We're talking about this. And then, I think you have to like force Daphne to get back to the topic. We'll see what happens. That's fine. Like maybe I'll ask her. Maybe she'll ask me. It's like whatever. Maybe we'll just both show up there and be
Why
like, cool. we'll go
are you
there.
all looking at me like that?
Oh, right, you.
Because you disappeared.
Oh, I did?
Yes. When did you get here?
What do you mean?
Like to the school. When did you start coming to school?
Like a week ago, I just got here.
You don't remember my
week.
first day when I was crying?
And you don't remember when you came up to me on the first day, and you were one of the cool popular kids, and you actually said hi?
I mean, I wouldn't go that far.
I don't understand. I didn't know anything about magic until like a couple months ago, and then my parents sent me here a week ago from Wausau, Wisconsin.
Okay, but do you have like other memories that might conflict with those memories? Like if you think really hard about it.
And then suddenly her whole demeanor changes. She says, "You have to help me. You have to help me. It's the Hexbreakers. They're back and they're changing everything and they're trying to." And then she blips out of existence.
She's going completely?
Mhm.
Oh, wow.
I scan the area and see if there is anything else weird going on around us. My hand on my wand.
Not that you can tell.
Okay, first of all, y'all need to like stop having. I wouldn't say y'all, 'cause I'm British. You need to stop having your wands out all the time. For one thing. Okay, but we're all on the same page. Like, she totally was here and then is gone again, right?
Yeah.
She mentioned the Hexbreakers.
She said the Hexbreakers.
But they're not real, right?
They're very real.
They're real.
Yes.
And they eat bunnies.
Oh, I don't know about their dietary restrictions. That's what you called it, right? Okay, but they're real, and they're not good.
Yeah, I've heard they've been around for a long, long time, and they're led by ghosts.
They're not led by ghosts. They're like 1,000 years old.
Well, yeah, but wait, ghosts are like 1,000 years old, aren't they?
Oh my God, are they dead?
I think it depends when the ghost died, how old the ghost is.
Yeah, this is what I'm getting at.
How close are you to the food truck park at this point?
I feel like
I think
Yeah.
we're still a bit of a walk away, but we do see it off in the we do see the parking lot off in the
I
distance.
probably sent my crow like to fly around and get a better idea of where it is, and then
Okay.
head towards it.
All right. And remind me how well you actually I have it written down here. How well you communicate with your crow. Tell me about what it's like to talk to Merle.
I think
Talk.
I don't think she has like we established I don't have two-way telepathy.
Mhm.
I think that when he's communicating with me, I think I just get flashes. Like I think of like intuition almost. Like it's almost like I get that like I almost share his animal instinct. So like I can directly communicate with him like, hey, look around, look for a bunch of trucks with food.
Mhm.
And like or I wouldn't even know what a truck is. Like look for like everyone's gathering around a bunch of places with food and then I think he would like maybe just like I would get like an image here or there, and I would get like a vibe of it. Like it wouldn't be like, okay, it's 10 feet up and to the left. I think it would just be like, okay, I think we're going the right way.
Okay. Merle has shown you that the ice cream truck is the one that Michelle's waiting in line at. Where she's, she like, oh hey Merle.
She's like at the like at the Ferris wheels.
We need to go get her. There is something strange going on here, and I need to know what it is.
well, and if it has to do with the Hexbreakers, it's really, really scary and dangerous. They're bad.
Okay, but like, I hear what you're saying, and you might be right. But I also know that like Professor Travell was like really insistent that Michelle come with us. And like she's like really smart and cool, and I bet you like she wouldn't have sent Michelle unless she had like a reason to. So maybe she like knows something about about the Hexbreakers that like we don't know. Like maybe they're like hot.
Like not cool.
It like okay, it can both mean things that are both like good.
Okay.
So when she said say it cool, did she say it like she wanted me to ask her to the dance, or did she say like she was gonna ask me to dance, or
I don't know. She said just to mention it and be cool and that we could hug once at the family picnic.
okay.
Just once.
Merle circles.
Are we walking? Are we continuing? If we're not
Yeah,
walking, I
I
kind
think
of
we're
like
heading-
usher.
I
We're
feel
definitely
like-
heading to
yeah.
it.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
just gonna
yeah,
stall
yeah.
because Adam.
Yeah. Okay.
Michelle has reached the front of the ice cream truck line when you get there, and she's holding a 3-scoop cone. She's like, this looks like really good ice cream. This looks like Wisconsin ice cream.
Hey Michelle,
Yeah.
when did you get to the school?
Oh, it was like a month ago. My parents they found out I was magic. They've known I was magic for a while, and we thought I could just kind of do that at Wausau High. Like I could just be in like an extracurricular, but they didn't have any. So they said, well, maybe it's time for Michelle to get training. So they looked up some magic schools online, and then they sent me here. So I'm here at Inkwood now.
Okay, I didn't ask for your life story. I just asked like when you got here because like a moment ago you said last week and now you're saying a month and then like at one point it was like longer than that. So like, what's your deal?
I don't know. We weren't talking a moment ago because I came into town on my own because I had the morning off, and I just bumped into you here, and that's really cool.
Okay, first of all, I'm like really insulted that you didn't remember that we were hanging out all day because we were like such good friends.
Daphne, I don't think you've ever talked to me before.
I like totally talked to you like this morning. We were talking about the shower and how it was like gunked up and how we should like all take care of it.
You guys are weird.
And I'm going to interject and say, so you don't remember talking to Professor Travail
Professor
or Travail?
Professor Travell. Who's Professor Travell?
You know, Professor Travell. She's like everybody's favorite teacher.
Oh, that Professor Travell. Okay, yeah. It's sometimes my brain doesn't work so well.
Boo.
I'm going to nothing happens.
Boo?
Boo.
What?
Oh, I guess that does kind of look like boob.
I
That could
just-
probably be really gross.
I just want to
Um,
put out there. Maybe we should be careful doing stuff with her when everyone so there's mortals around, because they might see her disappear and that drunk guy in the street again.
Yeah.
But a lot more people.
I'm gonna give you a nod, of course, and then I'm going to start pulling everybody away, and I'm gonna ask, hey, all right, Michelle, why did your folks send you here?
Oh, because
Also, do you mind if I have a bite of that ice cream?
Oh, here, sure,
I think
absolutely.
I start passing it around. Oh, if it's all right with Michelle.
Anything's good enough for my friends.
Oh,
My parents sent me here because I started showing magical talent at an early age. I come from a family of a long line of magic users, but we kind of self-trained, we kind of self-taught. Some of us went to one of the big magic schools up in Milwaukee, but I was like, I want to get a normal childhood, so I just went to normal school in Wausau, but it was just ultimately not up to my liking. So then I decided I was going to go to magic school. I didn't want to go to Milwaukee. What I wanted to do was go
Michelle,
to
we need you to focus
on what?
on what's going on.
You have really pretty eyes. Did anybody ever tell you have really pretty eyes?
Well, thank you. I did make them myself. Sort of.
Maybe it has something to do with what we're supposed to do with the cast pod.
The podcast.
Oh my
Yes.
god, what if it's the Coven Crackers are doing this to us and they're trying to stop us from breaking into their spell salon?
Their spell salon.
What?
When they pass they have the pod and they cast the pod
In a spell salon.
like a studio.
I want to get Magi Petties now.
Salon doesn't
Magic
just mean
petties.
a big guy. It's in Europe we call a salon a place where you hang out and have conversations. In the salon, it's like a room in your house. Don't you have a salon in your house?
No.
Oh my god, do you even have a garden?
Yeah, we have a garden.
My house
My
has
aunt works at the nail salon.
Not a nail salon. God, it's it's like having a den or a library or a
living
servant's
room?
quarters or that kind of thing.
My house has wheels.
my house has 3 bathrooms and one has a walk-in shower.
maybe this does have
Are
something to do.
we talking about our bathrooms at our houses?
Oh, look, you're the one who got caught up on the salon word. God, I said one wrong thing because of cultural exchange, and you jam it down my throat.
I am so sorry that I did that. Can we focus on the Hexbreakers?
The Hexbreakers, what are you talking about? Don't talk about the Hexbreakers. You can't talk about the Hexbreakers. They are coming for all of... She blinks out of existence. This time 60 people notice. Not 60, but a lot of people notice.
I pull out my phone.
We had
Mass hysteria! Woo!
we had one job, and it was don't suck at magic today.
Enough people have noticed that you're going to have to figure out a way to convince them beyond just being because it's not you can tell one old man this is a TikTok thing.
Yeah.
For my next trick, I'm going to saw
Blow your mind.
this girl in half.
You are not.
But I made Michelle disappear.
I don't believe you could do that. You could saw a person in half? That's the weirdest thing.
I don't think that doing more magic is a good way to hide that we did magic.
Oh yeah, totally. Can I borrow your hat?
Couple of people are
Totally
they're putting on a magic show here. They're doing a really cool magic
Okay.
show.
For my next trick, I'm gonna pull a cat out of my hat.
Oh,
And
bated
at this,
breath.
cameras out.
And I'm going to reach my hand into the hat and try to cast a spell to summon my cat. I'm actually in summoning class.
I'm gonna say that that's a thing you'd be able to do. I'm more interested in if you all have the showmanship to pull this off.
That is
So,
much less likely.
Let's just roll a straight charm check. I think since you are apparently taking lead, you're going to roll it, but I'm going to give you a +1 from.
I'm actually going to just give you one of my adversity tokens
Okay, cool.
to help
Oh,
because
okay.
I feel like I mean, charm is like my second best stat besides fight.
Oh, yeah.
So I do think that Daphne, like, besides my gaggy, like, I don't believe, I think she does know showmanship. So she's doing the thing of like, she's being distracting to like this the way an assistant would in a magic show.
Why don't you both roll charm? It's going to be
Okay.
it's going to be a 10, and I'm going to have you say you each give each other +1.
Okay. 'Cause
I'm gonna give you an adversity token.
cool.
I feel like Melody doesn't know that like pretend magic is a thing. So she looks so like horrified because she thinks they're gonna do real magic that she like contributes by looking amazed and awed.
Selling the
And
moment.
yeah, and since she's dressed like such a tourist, people just assume she's watching and part of the audience.
Yeah, and I'm on my device saying like, follow, subscribe. So I'll give you an adversity token.
Okay.
Okay, my last one.
And
So
I think Daphne doesn't know it necessarily like in modern terms, like so she wouldn't know who, like Chris Angel is or anything like that. But I
Right,
think in
yeah.
terms of like, oh, court magicians and things like that, were like
Yeah.
a history of magic kind of thing. And
Right.
it's like, oh,
Yeah.
look at these mortals pretending they can do magic. Isn't it like so adorable? I'm like, they think they're
quaint.
people. Like, is that kind of vibe? Yeah. So I rolled a 12 when you combine the +1 because I rolled an 11 + 12.
Okay, and
Plus
I've
got-
got +3.
yeah,
I've
you
got an
+3.
adversity token for all three of you. Okay, that's a 7.
So you just got there.
Oh, did I? Oh, good.
Is it 7 + 3?
+3.
Yeah.
Plus
Oh,
3.
no, it's 4 + 3.
Oh my gosh.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so yeah, you failed.
Oh.
And,
You succeeded.
Yeah.
Well, here's what happens. Back of the crowd, someone says, "How'd you guys get all the way over there?" And everyone turns and sees Michelle, and they're like, "Oh my god, these guys are great!" applause. And they sort of dissipate. They start going to different trucks, and there's just a guy just watching you from the back, just looking at you.
Do we recognize him?
You
Yeah,
don't.
It's not what's
Jake Kramer.
their name? Jake Kramer.
Would you recognize Jake Kramer? Because the logo to his podcast is not his face.
Um,
This is Jake Kramer. I'm just gonna come out and say it.
sure. No, I
If
don't. I
any
don't.
of us know, I think
if-
it would be Dante.
Yeah, if I mean, I only listen to the podcast, so unless Jake has posted like photos on any of like the thumbnails, I probably wouldn't know.
Okay.
I feel like that might be something he'd do, and like, I feel like he has like probably a companion website of his research, like a wiki or something.
Insta account,
Oh, yeah.
I'm picturing
on
like
At
a
the
Joe
bench
Rogan
at
or
the
Alex
seashore at
Jones,
4
where like
p.m.
they like make a whole deal out of it. Like,
Yeah.
follow me on the pod.
On the website there is a photo of him like looking at this toward the camera, and it has a bio that's like Jake Kramer graduated from the Parapsychology Institute of Vienna, Austria, or something like that.
He definitely dresses in like
no,
a
yeah, I mean,
three-piece
if
suit.
if Jake has like an online presence, I think I would have at least like
He's got a
dived in
Twitter.
little bit.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
absolutely got a Twitter. That's
Then
yeah.
I'm gonna turn to my companions. I'm gonna say, "That's Jake Kramer."
He gets his phone out and he's clearly tweeting something.
Oh my god, we found him. What?
First of all, we need to like get Michelle out of here so she doesn't disappear from a bunch of people again. So maybe we shouldn't like mention Hexbreakers to her just for like the near future.
Hexbreakers. Oh my god, you
But you're-
can't.
but you're
Oh, you're okay. Sorry.
That's hilarious though.
That's right. She's over there.
It's like the pick me up grenade in Mom Dad Save the World, where it's like you just keep doing it over and over.
No. Yeah, but yeah, he puts down
I
a
wish that
thing.
actually happened now.
He puts down the phone after having sent whatever his tweet is, and he pulls out his microphone. He starts stalking towards you. So go ahead and have your conversation. But he is approaching.
Okay.
Everyone stop talking about like things that are not cool.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Are we specifying what's not cool? Because there's a lot of things I talk about that aren't cool. magic.
That's
You had
a
one
microphone.
job. You had one job, and it was to shut up.
And as if Jake is approaching, I'm going to start, again doing the social media thing, posting, just saw an awesome magic show, hit that smash that like button. Like just of a 13-year-old
Follow us on the
kid.
clock.
Just remember doing
This
this.
is a rad magic show. Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's
So-
flossing.
I'm Jake Kramer with Coven Crackers.
Oh, hey.
I have not had that snack.
Y'all
you had
dress kind of
nuggets?
weird. What's happening
You
right
had
now?
Mac Nuggets. They're like really good.
Mac Nuggets.
Yeah.
Chicken McNuggets.
Yeah, we call them Mac Nuggets back home.
Where's
They're
back home?
Scottish.
Oh,
She's
oh,
Scottish.
Scotland.
Or like,
All right, okay.
yeah.
Well, listen. Where do y'all go to school? Shouldn't you be in school right now? Shouldn't you be at Shelter Cove High right now?
We're
It's
like
a holiday.
on a break.
What holiday?
Well, they sent us down for the food trucks. They were like, "There's all these food trucks, and like you should go enjoy them."
Yeah, we're actually homeschooled. This is an enrichment experience for us.
Let me tell you what. Last night I was in a strange place and I was going through the trash and I found something called the Inkwood. He has to check what it's called. I wrote this down somewhere. It's called the Inkwood School. It's Inkwood Sanctuary of Universal Development. Y'all ever hear about that? And to your knowledge, actually, you listen to the show. Jake has no idea what the school's name is. So evidently, this is a new development.
I don't want to kink shame, but you shouldn't be trawling through like people's trash.
There are witches everywhere among us. Haven't you noticed? Reality's gotten a little shaky lately. Things just sort of seem like they're there and then they're not there. You'll see someone, you'll see something. Let me give you an example. A couple years ago, Chicago Cubs won the World Series, but that's not how I remember it. I remember the New York Yankees won the World Series that year, but then I go into work and everyone's talking about the Cubs. I just watched a 7-game series where the New York Yankees defeated the Los Angeles Trolley Cars. And then I hear there are no Los Angeles Trolley Cars. Things are shaky, and I'm getting to the bottom of it. So if you all go to this Inkwood Sanctuary for Universal Development, I need you to tell me what's going on up there.
I pull out of my pocket a Ziploc bag with like some crumpled up bills and like probably like $7 worth of change in it, and I like pull out like a crumpled up like dollar bill, and I'm like, okay, here you go, nice crazy man. We're gonna go back to school now.
Where do you go to school?
School.
Where do you go to school? Where do you go to school? Where do you go to
Where-
school?
School.
We go to school at home.
You're homeschooled?
Yeah.
So you live around here?
Yeah.
How come I've never seen any of you? It's a small
I'm from out
town.
of town. I'm visiting my cousin.
Well, I can tell because you got that Scottish accent.
It's English. It's fine.
Do you usually follow kids around town?
No,
Because again, we don't want to kink shame, but that's like worse than prowling. through
I was
trash.
I was
I
here.
think that's like a kink you can shame.
Yeah,
I think
that's-
that's like a pretty
Hey,
big.
I was
secret.
here-
A weird thing to ask.
You
Like,
should
where
like put
we're
on,
from.
You
And
should
like,
put on the net web that.
Hey, does
Kid
anybody
Kramer
know the
follows
number
kids.
for stranger
Sorry to-
danger?
Sorry, I cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
I'm gonna say a word to you, and I want to see what you think about it because this is a thing I found in my research. Hexbreakers. What do you know about that? Have you heard anything about that? Listen, maybe we can work together.
Is that like a band?
No, it's not like a band. They're evil, powerful sorcerers from beyond time and space. So it says on Wikipedia. Except it's not on Wikipedia. It's gone now. I read it, and now nobody else remembers it.
Well, actually, things get changed and deleted on Wikipedia all the time because people have editing access.
There's a record of those changes and deletions. Don't think I haven't thought of that.
Well, I don't know about that, but
That was a really mean thing to say to my friend.
I'm sorry.
But
You're right.
technically, a lot of teachers and people say you shouldn't use Wikipedia as a source because of those changes. So I don't know if you should be using that as a reference for your research, sir.
Why are we talking about Wiccan feet?
I'm going to turn to you and just whisper quietly. I'll explain it to you later.
Is it like a kink shame thing?
Well, y'all are useless. And he like takes his microphone, shuts it off, puts it
Hey.
back in.
Sir, 1 second. And she's gonna pull out like one of her really old phones. I feel like I should take your picture. Click. You should leave little minor children alone. The internet says it's bad to do this.
And she knows. She's a jacker.
And Jake,
Sorry, I just got that.
Jake like looks at all of you and is like, "Thanks so much. That's gonna make great radio. This is great podcasting we're doing here. Thank you all so much. I really appreciate it. You are from the school up there, right?
You do radio? You've got the face for it.
Thank you.
I'm gonna be like, all right, yeah, yes. I mean, I've heard your podcast. It's pretty interesting.
Oh, you're a
stuff.
fan? Here, sign something. Hands it to
Oh,
you.
all right. I'll take it. Yeah, just make sure you tag, whatever my
Yeah.
handle is at whatever,
Give him your Twitter handle.
God.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Smash that bell.
Just between us, though, like, you all feel it. Reality is wrong, right?
Where do you live?
Where do I live?
What?
You wouldn't tell me where you go to school, and now you're asking me where I live?
We already
didn't ask
told
you
you we
where
were
I
schooled
live.
at our homes, except for me. I'm from out
Ooh.
of town.
Why would I want to know where you live? Gross.
Oh, hey,
You're, like,
everyone. Why are we talking to this guy now?
35 or something.
No.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, hey, come on, Michelle, let's get out of here. I think it's about time for us to get back to homeschool.
Oh, you're Jake Kramer. You host that podcast, right? It's like cookie crackers, right? And Jake just kind of stares at her and shakes his head. But yeah, Michelle goes off with you. And Jake is
Okay.
like taking pictures, but
Of us or
yes.
that?
Yeah.
Hey, like you're not supposed to take like images of minors without their consent, and like that's like a problem.
Technically, we're in a public place, so it is legal for him to take those pictures.
Yeah, but it's
job
like
and
a
it was on the
felony
top.
to mail them across state lines. So
It is very creepy.
If he puts them on his podcast, does that make it across state lines?
ooh, it's a good point.
How am I going to put pictures on my podcast?
You tell us. It's so hard being someone who doesn't know anything. Be like,
When you're
Honestly, kids this age have no idea what a podcast is.
Yeah.
So they,
Good.
when you're ready to talk about this, when you're ready to talk about reality breaking, when you're ready to talk about what goes on up at that school, when you're ready to talk about witches and wizardry and the hexbreakers, oh my God, you need to not talk about that. And then Michelle disappears.
okay,
Was
listen.
was Jake looking at the time? Like, had I ushered her far enough away that she?
Somebody give me a d6. If it's odd, he wasn't. It's a 6 though. He was.
Okay.
Oh.
Here's what happened without breaking her stride. Daphne goes, okay, listen, here's the deal. We're not in school because we have our own podcast and we are investigating paranormal things. And we heard that like you were like the best at it. And we were like, we want to be just like Jake Kramer. And so we like came here hoping to find you and have you teach us like a few things about how to do a podcast about paranormal things.
Roll me charm 12. He's skeptical, but
gonna spend
he's,
the versus
he's
token.
skeptical and flattered at the same time.
Okay, darn it! I rolled a 10 with my adversity token, so
Does anyone want to help?
do I get to
Does anyone
keep
have an
this?
adversity token to help?
See, wait, did I take the
You technically do get it back.
Okay, so
Well, unless somebody
Well,
pops it up,
yeah.
unless you get.
if
a
people
couple
can
more to
help
pump it
me,
up.
I just need 2 more to get to.
I'll give you an adversity token.
Okay,
I feel like
I'm at 11.
Trying to think how Melody would help with that. Melody has probably looked like on her internet, like absorption of all the information. She probably knows the names of a bunch of paranormal like groups and studies and TV shows. And so in the conversation, she's just gonna like drop in bits like, oh, you mean like the ghost finders and the like she's not gonna stutter for once. I'm stuttering because I'm trying to come up with names on the fly, but she just like rattles those off of these names. We love them. They're great.
Yep.
I'll tell you what, we're launching a spin-off called Sasquatch Sanctuary, and you should host it.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh,
You've got the talent.
You're
I think.
very charismatic.
do I have a face for podcasting?
No, I'll. That doesn't mean what you think it means. I'll talk to you later.
And I can like
Oh.
teach you how to fix your hair, so that'll be good.
Oh,
We got to figure out what happened to that. Oh, hey, everyone. And then he's, oh, she just went over there. Okay.
Yeah.
But like she's on the opposite side of the parking lot, so he should not be so credulous, and yet he is.
Yeah, while
So
you're,
it's
while
affecting
you're-
him too. Okay.
Yeah, while you're talking to Jake, I'll go over to. I'm keeping Michelle watch.
Okay, great.
So could you like take us back to like where you make your podcast and like show us how you we don't even know like what kind of like machines we need to do it good and make it sound really good because ours sound like lame.
Okay, so you have just succeeded, which means that yes, he's going to do it, but he is going to be the most insufferable man who has a niche hobby and can tell you everything about it
Yeah.
the whole time. He's
I
going to
think-
take you in and he's going to talk you in. He's going to like take out all his SD cards and say what each one is for. He's going to point to all his microphones. He's going to disparage the Blue Yeti for a while for no apparent reason. Like he's just going to
Like
go
that microphone.
hardcore. It's just going to go hardcore into everything about podcasting. And it is going to be extremely boring. And you're going to have to sit and listen to it because otherwise, you know.
I'm a like rich girl from a British like a posh family. I'm used to old men telling me everything they think they need to tell me in the entire world.
How do the rest of you
We're
handle
also
it?
in the TTRPG space, so we're kind of, you know.
I feel like Melody's actually in heaven. Like she's super into all this mundane tech, so she's like, "This is amazing!" Like and just trying to remember everything, and is like really interested and nodding and really close, even though she thinks he's probably terrible and has been like villainized for as long as she's known about him. But microphones, okay.
This man is splaining so much.
Tanager is snooping.
Mhm.
Like I am so glad they are all keeping him distracted because I am checking everything.
Roll me brains.
Okay.
Against a 10. He has some stuff very well hidden and some stuff not so well hidden.
Okay,
So
I'm
depending
gonna-
on how much
I'm going to
he's
give you one of my
Spin
British
university
tokens
text.
to
Oh, thank
apply
you.
that
Okay.
I'm distracting him. That's my
Okay.
job right now is to distract him.
Cool. Okay, so I got +2. And let's see. And oh, I'm rolling brains, right? Okay. Ooh, a 12.
Okay.
Wow.
Plus 2 is
Yeah.
14. So you
So
succeed by quite a ways. You tell me one thing you find, and I'll tell you two things you find.
Ooh. I find the paper that he found in the trash that says the Inkwood Sanctuary for Universal Development on it.
Yes. And it says Inkwood with no E at the end.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
What else do you find? You find what appears to be an attempt to map all of divergences from reality, and you can't tell how like credulous it is,
Mhm.
credible it is, but like it is really extensive. And he has it like on his desk where you couldn't just grab it, but like if you have, do you have a phone?
I do have a phone. Yeah.
You could snap a photo of it
Yeah.
pretty easily.
Okay. You said it was a book?
It's just
Oh,
like he just like has, you know, those like desk pad
Oh,
things.
yeah.
He just is like drawn across one of those.
Oh, okay. All right.
And you
Yeah.
also see that he has a book called The Care and Feeding of Sasquatch.
Nice.
That's awesome. Okay. So I'm gonna take the paper with the Inkwood on it,
Mhm.
and I'm going to I'm gonna like fold that up and stuff it in my pocket.
Okay.
Um,
You don't have to look for where his tapes are because he has told you, this is where I record this. So you know, it's just a matter of if you still want to erase them, actually like waiting for a moment to do that. So, but eventually he's like, you know what? No, I'm going to make you figure this out. I'm not just going to have him leave the fucking room. I'm going to make you work for your SD card erasure, which is exactly what you want to see in a game about magic.
Let's talk about trade routes and taxation.
Well, I mean, I guess here's the question: do we want to actually like go as far as? And again, wonderful details in this game about magic. Do we want to try to go as far as like hacking into their accounts and like deleting the podcast account? Is that part of what we're supposed to be doing?
I feel like like I'm saying this out of character. There are much more fun ways we could explode or short circuit or rewrite or
Sure.
other
Yeah,
than
okay,
like
yep, all right.
hacking.
And I will
gotcha.
say, when we were probably on the goat going down, I think I said something to the effect of Travell asked us not to like smash or destroy things because that would make him more suspicious. So like I think we can have more fun ways to do it where it's more like something goes like an inconvenience or something else, or something fun happens.
And you know what? Actually, while we're discussing this, I'm going to whisper to Cheeky
Mhm.
to because what time of day is it? Just out of curiosity.
It's coming up on noon. Like it's
Okay,
about time
all
for you to want to get back for lunch and all of that.
well, what's in his fridge?
You could go look.
Yeah, I totally like make a sandwich or something.
Yeah, no, there's there's a fair amount of food in there, and then there's like a casserole dish that has some lasagna in it, and there's a little post-it note on it that says, don't forget to eat something, hun, mom.
Oh, it's really sweet. I take the wrapper off of it and put it on the floor for Butterfinger to eat.
And I'm going to because if Michelle kind of blips out of existence again and ends up somewhere else,
Michelle's not here anymore. Where are you talking
Damn
about
it.
Michelle?
I'm going to whisper to Cheeky to fly around despite it being day and try to see if Michelle is nearby.
How
So
do
I'm
you
going to put Cheeky on Michelle duty.
how do you communicate with Chica?
I can give like kind of simple commands, and I can when I think when we establish this in session 0, I can kind of get it's almost similar to how you communicate with Merle, but it's not a telepathic or mental thing. Cheeky will just kind of like rest on my shoulder.
Yeah.
Give a little squeak here and there, and then I'll get a general
That was
idea.
very good.
I get
That
a
was
general sense of like, okay, if Michelle is around, Michelle's that way. If they've seen Michelle, Michelle is that way, or but nothing specific.
Cheeky comes back, and you get a vague sense that Michelle's on the goat headed back up to the school.
Oh,
Say it in cheeky.
okay.
You have to say it in cheeky. You're welcome, Internet.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll let everybody know when I have a moment and Jake is listening that at least Michelle is going back to the school. Wait, we're stuck here.
Yeah, Autumn wasn't gonna come back down today, so like now we're like stuck.
I mean, we could always just walk.
Jake comes back into the room with Jake is like overhears us and is like, I can give you a ride somewhere. You guys are great. You love listening to my talking about pod. I can give you a ride.
Oh my
It's not
god,
a
that's
big
like
deal.
so sweet of you, but like that's probably like the line of like what we shouldn't do.
I got a big I got a big pickup truck. It can hold everybody.
Cool story, bro, but no.
Is
My
it like a
parents
Ferris
say I
wheel?
should not get into a car with someone who's not like on their in the family or something.
Also, they're called pickup
Yeah.
Ferris wheels. So
What?
nothing.
Don't
Nothing. Shut up.
we're not too far away from here. We can walk home.
Okay.
It's all right.
All
It's
right. Great.
I mean, thank you though.
No, that's great.
Go ahead. Look like you
No, I know.
Okay, I was about to
All right,
say,
yeah, I'm
if,
still enjoying
if
this.
we get a moment, I think it's time for us to kind of regroup and figure out what our next course of
Mhm.
action.
Yeah, we gotta figure out how to like actually do this. I think that Daphne's not gonna be part of that plan. I think Daphne's gonna spend. She knows that this is not her specialty, so I think Daphne is focused entirely on Jake and like distracting Jake. So that's
Okay.
like that's what I'm. That's like my contribution to this group assignment is that I'm like being very much like the. So like, what does this thing do? And like that kind of stuff. And it's like letting him talk as much as he wants to about it. Like, so when did you first get into casting pods?
You're a real podcast fan, aren't you?
I'm like pretty into it.
You're not one of those people who just got into it because of cereal, right?
You know what? I don't even eat cereal. I usually just have like a cup of tea in the morning. Set up.
So yeah,
Knocking it out
Daphne
of the
is Daphne is
I
doing
think
a,
I'm not dead.
Daphne's doing a very good job of distracting him because I don't even
Yeah.
you don't even need to roll you don't even need to roll taking a self-impressed man seriously as a distraction.
Again, this is like half my life already anyway.
Yeah.
Self-important men telling me how they think the world should work.
Right? Yeah, yeah.
So what are
Newsflash,
what are
it's
the
real
three-
easy to get you on
what
that
are the
topic.
three you gonna do?
So Dante, can you like get into his computer system and like erase everything?
I mean, I think I can. It's gonna take a little while though. I mean, he's kind of got a big back catalog. I'm pretty sure he's got files backing everything up. I think it might be faster with magic.
Magic erase it? Are you ready for this?
Yeah, that's my job is to do the thing with the computers.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be great at it.
I hope so.
Yeah. So magic erase it.
So the biggest problem will be that not all of it's connected. Like what he was saying, he says that he has hard drives upstairs in a safe in addition to what's in the system. So the system will be very easy to erase, but the things upstairs in the safe will be harder.
Okay.
I think we can probably get you in that safe.
Well, we should probably do that first because if we mess with his system and he notices, he's going to get mad and kick us out.
Okay. So we go upstairs, we crack the safe, and then we erase all the hard drives.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds easy. Let's go.
Do you two want to go? Like, I'm gonna ask. Do you two want to take care of that? I can stay down here and maybe work on what's down here.
Get the system. Okay.
In the background, you just hear Daphne go, "No, I never heard of that band. What do they play? Like, what should I listen to?"
Okay, so Melody and I are gonna sneak upstairs
Okay.
and get into the safe.
Oh, I have a thing for this.
Do you really? Oh,
I do.
awesome. Because I don't.
So, for sneaking upstairs anyway.
Oh, okay.
So I'm unassuming.
Mhm.
So I can spend 2 adversity tokens to not be seen when it's like reasonable.
Okay.
So I'm going to do
That's
that.
reasonable. Yeah.
And if I spend an extra one, can that be spread to a friend?
Sure, why not?
Okay. I'm going to walk in front of you
Uh-huh.
because I'm so boring that my boringness hides you.
Stella,
Awesome.
Fane, I miss
That's-
Stella. Should have been my name. Although I guess if you were cellophane in front of them, it wouldn't be as
That wouldn't
useful.
work.
because
There
then
you
they
go.
would-
Right.
So we sneak upstairs.
Okay.
So what are you trying to do?
So I really have no idea how to crack a safe. But I'm pretty sure that if I can hear it, then that's how you crack safes, right? You like put your ear up to it and then you just listen.
That is the thing I know
And
to be true from the movies.
Turn the dial, right?
Yes.
So I'm thinking I mean, I feel like it's probably easier to just make me really good at hearing than it is to actually just like try to open a safe.
Okay.
So I'm going to improve my hearing
Okay.
so that I could
how
for safe cracking reasons.
how much?
Like I've seen people with like a stethoscope, so like I want to be able to hear lots of little things.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you are
So
bending
quite a
you are bending the rules of reality.
Yes.
But you are just doing it to your ear. So that's 5 + 1 is 6. How long do you want this to last?
Well, I'll probably need it for like a good 5 minutes or so, because that's
Okay.
probably how long
So
it takes to
a few
crack a
minutes,
safe, right?
7.
Yeah.
How many times have you given yourself super hearing, if at all?
I think never.
Okay. Have you read about doing this or not? Or
Um,
seen someone do it?
I feel like I've read about this.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, being able to augment your senses is a probably
Mhm.
pretty easy spell.
So yeah, you've got to beat a 10. What do you think you're going to roll this on?
I feel like it's not rolling it on brain, but maybe it should be brain. My other option would be grit, but I'm not sure if I'm choosing it because I'm actually gritting down to do this, or if that's just because it's my highest score. But
I think brain makes more sense to me
Yeah.
than grit. So
Okay.
you're trying to beat a 10.
okay, yeah, I'm trying to be smarter about this. Oh, 10 and a 6 on the magic die, plus and then re-rolled to 3, so that's 19.
Okay. So you get a D6 as your magic die.
Yes,
Okay.
right?
Perfect.
That's normal, right?
Oh no, it's a 4. D4 is the magic die.
Oh, is it a D4?
Yeah.
Oh, I was rolling a D6.
No, you're
So
fine.
okay, I did
You already
roll.
have a 10.
Yeah,
so
I got a
just roll
10
it,
on
yeah.
the regular die,
Just
so
roll the 4 and see
definitely.
what happens.
Yeah. Okay. Oh,
Well, roll the 4 and see how high it
oh,
is.
1. So
Okay,
11.
So
Just barely
yeah,
got it.
yeah. So it does take you a little bit. Tell me, what are all the things you're hearing that you normally don't, that are distracting you from focusing on the save?
I think I actually hear the sea lions out on the beach. I hear the wind rustling through the trees. I think I can hear, unfortunately, everything Jake is saying downstairs.
You're hearing a lot about Rush right now.
Oh, God.
Oh,
And I think I'm also hearing Butterfinger continue to snack on the lasagna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So. You can also hear the voice that's saying, "All witches must be condemned. All witches must be imprisoned. All witches must be reported."
Ooh. Okay, can I tell where that's coming from?
Outside somewhere.
Melody?
It sounds like someone's speaking over a megaphone, like or one of those speaker things. So it should be really obvious if there is indeed someone outside doing that.
Okay, that's a little distracting. So I'm gonna try to look outside through the window and see if I can see where that's coming from.
There's nothing outside. It's a beautiful sunny day.
That's weird. That's okay.
So good.
Okay, I can do this. I'm gonna save. Okay. All right. It's just my imagination. I'm gonna crack the safe.
I love that you're still just going to do this podcast thing
Yeah.
for extra credit.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You get the save.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Eventually.
awesome.
Yeah. You know, you are distracted by Melody's heart is beating.
Right. Yes.
And your heart is beating.
Yes.
And somewhere Daphne's heart is beating. You can just hear all this shit.
Yes.
and Melody did not get ice cream, so her stomach's a little
Oh.
antsy and
A bit
rumbling.
of a growl.
But Daphne didn't get ice cream. Her stomach is actually settled and fine and not nothing
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah. I hand you the other half of this. I dig the half of the sandwich out of my hoodie pocket and hand it to you.
Oh, thank you.
It sounded like you were hungry.
Okay. Safe is open. What's your plan now?
Chowing down to this.
Okay.
Actually, let's check in with Dante. What are you
Yeah.
doing?
Okay, first of all, how distracted is Jake?
Just roll me a charm. It doesn't even matter to me what you get. I just want to see how
I
distracted.
actually rolled a 12, which is my highest on that dice.
Okay, so yeah, he is
Super distracted.
Yeah.
Can I go over to where Jake's workstation is, computer workstation, recording booth, whatever it is, and first of all, see if I can get in to find out what information there might be, if any, on the Hexbreakers?
You can kind of do whatever you want, but the more you do, the more times
Yeah.
Daphne's going to have to roll to keep distracted.
Sure. I think I think I need to see if there is any information in there. So I will hop onto there, click on a few folders, like click on whatever path might seem as obvious as I can ascertain.
Yeah. He's got a folder called Hexbreakers, but it appears to be encrypted and whatever it is that happens when you have the
Sure. Yeah. No,
it appears
totally.
that you're going to need a code. To,
It's
like,
on the
open it.
Bitcoin.
Now, I did bring a bag of supplies, and in there is a thumb drive. If I plug the thumb drive, can I drag it into
Absolutely.
the? I'm gonna just drag it. I'm gonna worry about decrypting it
I
later.
forgot you had a thumb drive.
Yeah.
So, but yes, you can.
Okay, I will do that. I'll worry
Yeah.
about decrypting it later, and
Yeah.
then once the files are complete, I'm going to slowly take up my wand, and I'm going to try to cast a spell to make just the screw. No, I was gonna make the hard drives like this. No, yeah, the actual hard drive inside, because I mean I'm from a tech family, I know how this stuff works. I'm going to try to cast a spell to make it so that the various drives in there, their screws come loose, and hopefully make everything kind of fall off and just break off inside.
I'm going to say that could naturally happen because I think Jake does not take great care of his equipment.
Okay.
The area of effect is small, so it's a +3. And you want it to happen instantaneously.
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
trying to be as quick as I can about this.
How often have you done this?
I have not ever done it.
Okay. Have you seen someone cast or have you read about it? It is a text spell, so maybe it's like you're manipulating screws.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. I think I have seen somebody cast spells about like, okay, well, students, here's how you,
Okay.
manipulate an object.
So that is going to be you're going to roll against a 7, and what skill do you think? That'll be?
Because I'm being fast, I'm trying to be quick about this. I think it's actually going to be flight.
Okay.
Does that sound right?
That sounds fine.
Okay. Let's see. Because I'm casting with my wand, that's going to be a +2. I am out of adversity tokens, so here's a D12 +2. 11, 13 altogether.
Did you roll your magic die?
I did not roll my magic die. Whoa, that's a 4, but I've already exceeded, so 13, 17 altogether.
Yes. So you gosh, I hate working on a Kindle. You
I have a book. Do you want to use my book?
no, you're fine.
Yeah.
Fine. Yeah, so it is so incredible. Tell me what it looks like. Like, tell me this screw loosening spell, what it looks like when it's
Okay.
just that great.
Sure. I pull out my wand. I close my eyes because again, I am new to the magic world. So I take a deep breath, center myself, even though I am trying to hurry through this. As I start casting the spell, little lines of light start to like little filaments of light start to burst out through the tip of my wand and snake their way into the devices, the machines that I'm trying to manipulate. And there's a little bit of doubt in me, but then all of a sudden, like a switch, I feel the screws inside. And I focus, and all of the screws simultaneously turn. And everything starts to happen at the same time. All of a sudden, I know that those drives have kind of like dismounted. Some of them, because of the because they're not very well taken care of, they've fallen, they've snapped, they've scratched themselves on various parts inside. And as quickly as I sort of feel that happen, I let go. Once I know it's done, I just terminate. I stop the spell, quickly pocket my wand.
Did you notice that he uploads his data to the cloud?
I'm going to say that yes. Yeah, I do know, but I don't think I can reach that at this point in time.
Great. What are you all doing upstairs?
I think Melody's gonna take her little phone out. It's important to notice, like, dear audience, she doesn't use her wand. She has a wand, but she's not using it. She's gonna take and plug into the little ports on the thing and like type into her phone and kind of cast a weird text magic spell that way. And she's basically going to try and make it so that they're basically just wiped. And so it's just going to be like similar because she's read about like surges and how sometimes that can cause data to be wiped. So it's going to look super mundane. If he ever takes it to a shop, they're going to be like, you got fried. You did this because you weren't careful. But she's going to do it through her magic.
So I'm going to say that could naturally happen.
I'm going to
and-
actually suggest, can I use grit? Because grit uses when you're trying to keep someone safe, either mentally or physically.
Sure.
And I feel like she very much feels like she's protecting her family and her friends and her whole community.
Okay. So could naturally happen. A person or smaller because it's a whole safe. So that's 4. It's going to be instantaneous, I assume.
Yeah.
Okay. So 4 plus. How many times have you done this before, if at all?
Never.
Have you seen someone cast it or read about it, or have you never seen anyone cast a spell? Or
Nope. Tech magic isn't really a thing.
that's what I thought. So you have to beat a 9
Okay.
plus your magic die. Don't forget your magic.
Okay.
So,
And it's a +4, right?
Yeah.
You
Or,
got
or 4.
this.
14.
Oh.
so you smash past it. Tell me what makes it so. And actually, since tech magic's so new, describe to me what makes it not only impressive but also very new in a way that maybe Tanager is like shocked by.
Okay. It's probably very understated, but what you see on the screen of my super old phone, not only have I wiped all the hard drives, but all the hard drive information is now stored in the magic on my phone. So we actually have all the information that he's collected over the magic about the magic world forever on my magic phone.
Okay.
Do you have anything else you want to do here before you go? As you descend whenever you descend the stairs, you hear him saying, "No, so listen, I'm gonna give you my card. I'm gonna talk to you about an internship. I think you'd be so good. I think you'd be great at this.
Yeah.
It's unpaid, but I'll give you credit."
That's fine. I'm like really rich. So like I'm just like bored all the time. So like this would be cool. Like, so you're gonna tell me more about those monkeys that you don't actually own, but you have the pictures of them?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah, they're the future, I assure you. Is there anything else that anybody else wants to do here?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think we need to beat a hasty retreat.
Yeah.
So you exit. When you get to the edge of town, you see the goats there. Because Autumn's like, yeah, nope. Spring is like, oh, Michelle told me that you were here and I should come down and we should go back up to the school. Let's do it right now. Hold on, I'm gonna play my jams, and she turns on "Shake It Off" by Taylor Swift, and it just blasts it, and is singing along the whole way up.
Yeah.
You know what? And actually, on our way there, I do get a plate of the nachos to give to with the
Autumn?
chili to give to Autumn. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
I like to imagine that you give them to him and he like waits till you walk away, just throws them in the trash.
That's fair. That's fair. I figured he might like junk food. So.
So,
I know, it's just hilarious.
Yeah.
You,
No,
like,
totally.
I like the idea that you like really committed to it and he does not care at all.
He goes back to the Twinkie,
Right.
the
Yeah.
other Twinkie, and the other. Yeah.
He's got like a pile of nuggets next to like boxes. Like they had a sale.
Yeah.
so since we're coming down to the end of our session, you're gonna get back to the school without incident. What do you want to do when you're back at the school?
I would definitely go right to Travell with like that would be the first thing she would do, because she was like given an assignment, so she like
Okay.
wants to prove that she did her job well.
Are you all gonna go with Daphne or?
Oh yeah, I gotta hear this.
All right, cool.
Yeah. And did y'all like debrief me on the way back up on the goat? Like, so
Yeah, we would have
Yeah.
told you guys on the way back, like what we did upstairs, and probably
Yeah. I'll mention what I did downstairs, and I will mention that information is somewhere else too.
Okay.
And we're
I think
gonna-
Melody would not say exactly how she did it
Mm-hmm.
because she's probably very nervous about like tech magic with a very traditional witch.
I think if you try to describe what you did to Daphne, she wouldn't understand a word of it.
Yeah.
glazes over
Yeah.
after a certain.
You may describe no, you made the choice you wouldn't have, but if you had described it, she'd still be like,
Yeah.
that sounds great. Like, I love that journey for you.
And to expand on that, I'm not going to tell them what I have in my phone.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's good. That's good to know.
Yeah, Travell can tell that when you tell her all this, she can tell you're telling the truth. She just like has that. You don't know if it's magic or she's just one of those people. She just kind of, and she's like, good, thank you. It's wonderful. I'm glad that you four were able to do it.
We were like really good at it.
Good.
Hey, speaking of
Real
that,
good.
though,
Yes.
like you just said 4,
Yes.
and like earlier you told us to take Michelle, and then like we forgot who Michelle was for like a moment, and then
Yes.
remembered her, and then forgot her again, and remembered her
Yes.
again, and then she said something about the Hexbreakers.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess I was hoping you would say more about that now.
Have you noticed there are fewer students here than there used to be? Michelle is different. She comes and goes, and I don't know why. And I was hoping if she had a tether somehow. But I can't. I seem to remember that you were all very close, but I don't have a firm grasp of that. Reality is very shaky, and I don't know why. You said the Hexbreakers?
That's what she said, and then when she would say it, she would like stop existing for a bit and then like reappear at other places and not remember it.
And have different memories as she went.
She said they were like changing reality. Oh, and that guy said it too. That he talked a lot about like how like there was this war in the stars, and like the 8th one was like really like ruining the legend. But oh my god, so much about that. He really hates women. Anyway, he talked about like how like he kept saying like reality feels weird, and even he said it, and he's like immortal.
Some mortals have noticed it as well, that reality feels fuzzy, indistinct, like things are falling apart and not quite put together the right way.
Also, he stores his information up in one of the clouds.
We'll get to that later. I need you to be honest with me. Do we need to shut down the school?
Shut down the school?
Yes. If the Hexbreakers are here, if reality is shaky, if students are disappearing, is it safe for us to be here? Is it safe for you to be here? I am trained. I can theoretically defend myself, but we're here to teach all of you to be strong enough. But this is very dark and strange magic.
Well, if you shut down the school, won't we just all kind of like be out there by ourselves? Like, wouldn't it be safer to just be here? Because granted, like the school is like might be a little bit risky, but like Professor Zippers isn't going to hang out with me in Bakersfield, and I feel a lot safer if like he's here because he's amazing.
Okay.
I think when you mentioned shutting down the school, Daphne goes inside herself.
She
And also
notices.
like if crazy reality bending freaks are going to come and like try to hurt us, I would rather like have some adults here.
And I say, there's no way I'm going to be able to take those damn classes in Orange County. And by damn, I mean the defense against.
Yeah, sorry, he means damn classes.
Melody just looks horrified and doesn't even say anything.
Okay. I suppose you're right. But if you're all here at the same time, it would be easier for them to erase all of you at once than if you were many places. I think someone is trying to erase everything. And I don't know why. And I'm scared. But I know that Michelle is at the center of it. Somehow. Will you protect her?
I think she's like my best friend, so probably.
Okay.
But I just met her.
Yeah, like I will work. We'll work like so hard. We'll be like the best at protecting her.
Good.
Oh, you said? Did you tell us the thing about the voice you heard saying the witches thing? You
Oh.
shared that with us.
Yeah, I probably would have told you guys. I don't know what to make of it, but um uh um yeah, I'm trying to think of how I would have interpreted that and what I would have said to you guys. But yeah.
Would you have told Professor Travell about that, or about when you saw Michelle and it seemed like she was in two different places? Would you have mentioned that to her?
Yeah, I think I would mention it to Professor Travell to and tell her, like, I did this thing to make my hearing better, and don't ask why, but it worked and it's awesome. But I heard these voices, and then tell her what it said.
If the Hexbreakers are here, and that's a huge if, I don't even know if I believe in them. But of course, not believing in them is part of what they do. They erase themselves from the records, and they only are rumors. And if they are about, then many realities are laying over each other. And that means anyone could become our reality like that. And let's just hope it's not that one.
So everything we know could just change.
What did you see with Michelle today?
Well, she would just like disappear, and then she'd come back.
I thought she was your best friend. How would you forget your best friend? Do you see what I mean?
And she kept remembering her whole life differently.
Right?
Like, I remember playing with her as a kid, but then I also remember meeting her, like, really recently.
Do you know how many times Michelle disappeared?
There's a bunch. Yeah, like
Many.
definite bunch.
At least
I
4 or
s-
5.
Yeah, I start like I start almost like talking about every single instance, and then I realize, wait a minute, that would reveal that we kind of let non-magic folks see what happened, and I stop myself.
She's too far, like she doesn't even notice that because she's so. I think it is entirely possible that today you hung out with Michelle, but you also hung out with 4 different Michelles.
Whoa.
Just keep her safe. She's the key to this, and I don't know why. Now I have to get ready for the British school to visit. Ugh. They're so snooty.
Should you maybe tell them about this? About the Hexbreakers?
What if it's them doing it? Like, they're here, and it's starting when they're here. It wasn't happening before, we don't think.
I mean, it did with Michelle, though, because she, like, it happened to her last week and, like, a month ago. And, like,
But did it really happen then, or is it happening now and making her think it happened then?
All right. It's okay. Please go to your afternoon classes. I don't think, as much as I dislike the British school, I don't think they have anything to do with the Hexbreakers. The Hexbreakers are much older than any magic we know. All right?
Okay.
Yeah, if I had the scrolls from the library at Alexandria, I would not start a school of jerks.
Keep that attitude, Melody.
Okay.
And she sort of shoos you toward the door. Do you have anything else you want to say to her?
No.
Once you are down the hall, she closes the door and kind of wipes her brow and is clearly like terrified, and she pulls down some books and starts searching through them, and she stops and hesitates and then disappears, and out of the shadows steps Professor Karen Joe, who says, well, someone has to do this job. It might as well be me, Professor Karen Joe. And that's where we'll leave it for now.
Oh, she's my favorite.
I'm
Very
not
good.
gonna kill an awesome Emily that easily. Thank you all for joining us this evening. And we're gonna say our goodbyes, but you can find all. Do we have a URL for this now, Kimmy? Like that people can go to?
We do, or we will by the time most people hear this. Go to happyjacks.org/hexbreakers, and you can find all the old episodes, which are just our character creation as of now, because this is our first session. And if you go to happyjacks.org, you can find all our past games in many, many, many different systems.
Okay, great, cool. So please check that out. There's so many great games in there, many of which I was in. You should look for those first.
Definitely.
But let's let's tell folks where they can find us. Kimmy?
Okay, I'm Kimmy. I'm mostly here on Happy Jacks. I'm here every Friday for our advice show. If you have a topic you'd like to write in, it's happyjacksrpg@gmail.com. And I'm here on Wednesdays for Hexbreakers. And if you want to find the games that I design, you can go to goldenlassogames.com.
Hi, I'm Adam, and you can find me on social media at Hoobuk, HOOBUK, and mostly Instagram is probably the better place for more content. I do not do Twitter much, but feel free to follow me over there. And I am here on Hexbreakers every Wednesday while we're doing this, and on the Advice Pod show generally about every other week, although I've missed like a month. But triumphant return this week, I believe. So and yeah, that is me, and I have another game that I'll be announcing soon, but it's a few months out.
Yes.
I'm cheating on Happy Jacks with another stream.
That's
so.
fine.
Yes.
I would never. I just want to be clear. I would never. I would never.
Okay.
I do.
Right.
Yeah.
Riley.
That's how I got here.
We're a polystreamerist family.
That's right. Polystreamerist. I love it.
All streams raise all ships. Hey, I'm Riley Silverman. You can find me on Twitter at Riley J. Silverman or on Instagram at Riley Silverman. And big news for me this week is I finally got to talk about my second Star Wars book that I wrote last year. That is now available for pre-order along with my first Star Wars book, which is also available for pre-order. And it's coming out after my second book because timey-wimey, spacey-wacy. But yeah, so my first book was Exploring Tatooine, an illustrated guide, and the one that just got announced this week is Galaxy's Edge, Treasures of Batuu. So they're both very interesting, very, very different explorations of two very different planets. One is a multi-spread illustrated guide to the planet of Tatooine. The other one is more of like a trinkets and little fun things about Batuu. But yeah, I'm very excited about those. They're both coming out, I think, either like mid to late August. So if you go to my Twitter, I have a link at the top of my page that takes you to my website that has them for pre-order. But you also can just pre-order them at any of your local favorite bookstores or any of your pretty much all of your favorite online booksellers. So that is the big thing for me this week.
And what's your Twitter?
Oh, at Riley J. Silverman.
Jay?
Howdy, everybody. I'm Jay, and you can find me on Twitter at JAfrica or on Instagram at Transplantation. I will be here every Wednesday for Hexbreakers. I believe I'm also joining the two of you this Friday for the advice show. So tune in here at Happy Jacks. I write adventures for the D&D Adventures League, so you can find my work on the DMs Guild. Just search for JAfrica.
And I'm Emily St. James. You can find me on Twitter at twitter.com/EmilyVDW. I am not doing anything else at Happy Jacks. I need to get on the advice show, and nobody else wants me on their streams, so that's why I stay safe and stay secure here. We will not be around next week because I'm going to be in Ohio, but we'll hopefully be weekly after that. And the nice thing is, if any of you have to miss, I have a ready-made excuse within the fiction for why you're not on.
Nice.
So
That is brilliant. Yes, well
Wow.
done.
but yes, we will not be around next week, but we will be around 2 weeks from tonight on the 27th. Yes, I did it right, the 27th of July. So we will see you all then. Thank you for watching.
Yep. I'd like to thank our Patreons who support us. They keep us ad-free and independent. You're amazing. I also really want to thank our mods in the chat for tonight, which is Dorklord Canna, and it looks like James B is in there right now too. So thank you all for making this possible, and we will talk with you later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Go Wausau.